Quite good. We like that. Hello, everyone. We're live. Welcome to Blackwater D&D, where we laugh and then we cry.
We do that. We do that.
Yes, there will be lots of crying.
I mean, I hope not so much crying. Maybe like a little bit of crying. That's fine.
Things are high stakes. We get silly. Things continue to be high stakes, and then things get real serious.
And then we cry.
That's the Blackwater way.
Because Tim kills people that we care about.
Nobody died last session. It's fine.
Clack died the session before Tim.
Yeah,
I'm still not over
the session before.
Yeah.
Almost everyone died last session. Almost.
Yeah,
This is as good as a mile. You don't get in jail for attempted murder.
I was worried that was going to happen. I was like,
What?
Sean,
It's
oh,
important
this
that you
is
know
like
that you
reality.
do. Sean, it's important. It's important you know you do.
No, because no
no,
crime
no.
has been committed. Because
Yeah, but
everyone
I
walks
need
away
you to know
friends.
they will still put you in jail.
Yeah.
You
Like
don't
write
get
it
points
down.
for attempting to hit a 3-pointer. Like,
Attempted murders.
You do it, yeah.
I'm gonna jump into announcements before we get entirely off the rails. First and foremost, our first announcement this evening is that it's Lennon's birthday.
No.
Lennon,
pew.
we love you very much. I couldn't imagine doing this sweet thing and most things in my life without you. And I love you more than
Love you.
so much. Please,
Love
everyone,
you.
wish our dear sweet Len a very happy birthday and all of that kind of good stuff. Okay, sweet. Day of their birth. Okay, a big thank you to our sponsors, Legendcraft, a nerdy woodworking company from Calgary. Check them out, and if anything tickles your fancy, enter the code Blackwater at checkout for a discount. We are also proud to be sponsored by Sirenscape because epic games require epic sound. We have two amazing partners that you can see on screen that we rolled out last week. The first up is Legend Keeper. This is the ultimate world building tool created by DMs for DMs. You can use it to create comprehensive wikis and atlases, share specific pieces with your players with its private by default nature, and allow real-time collaboration. There are no limits on storage or creation with a beautiful and easy to use interface. There are a small group of creators based both in Canada and the US that are constantly upgrading and rolling out new features. There's going to be a calendar and a timeline, which makes me so happy. Tim is now going to be using Legend Keeper as to move away from the Google Hell document that you have. And we are very excited to announce that in the beginning of March, on the first Friday of the month, Tim and I are going to be doing a world building stream where we start translating that ginormous document into Legend Keeper. We're very excited to be able to give you folks a behind the scene taste of what Tim has going on in the world. It is *Legend Keeper. In the chat, y'all are trying to find the prompt, and I love you for it. And as Legend Keeper grows and they start rolling out more features, you will see more Legend Keeper and Blackwater collaboration, to the potential that at someday you might be able to use the Blackwater universe as a campaign setting, which will be really cool. There might even be stat blocks for our characters in there if you want to have the Blackwater crew in your world.
Yeah, that's what I have the same idea.
Which brings us to our next sponsorship or partnership. Yes, it is Kobold Press. We are excited to announce our partnership with the folks over at KP as part of an ongoing partnership to bring you a brand new campaign starting Sunday, March 6th at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time over at twitch.tv/Kobold Press. I see Brianna in the chat, which is so exciting. This campaign is homebrewed and set in the Margrave, which is a twisted forest filled with dark and fey magic in the Midgard setting for an 8-week run with a possible extension for 12 weeks if it's successful and y'all like it and it's doing well over on the channel. The campaign features Tim in the DM seat, as well as myself and Cody and Adam, and will also feature our dear friend Brianna DeCoster of Utahime Cosplay. I think she's in the chat right now. Bri, I'm so excited for your character. Bri and I talk all the time and share pictures of stuff all the time. It's great. As well as our friend Gordy Lucius, who's an improviser and comedian as mainstay cast members. There is going to be character art. There will officially be cosplay of these characters. Yes, we are all going to be cosplaying everybody. It's going to be so fun. There's a potential theme song in the works. We have rolled and prepped our characters, and our Slack channel pings all the time. We are so excited for this campaign. Please go follow Kobold Press across all of their respective socials and stay tuned to us as well for more info, and we can't wait to share more about it. I tried on some of my cosplay pieces yesterday, and oh man, it's a good time. Love as always to our dice goddess Keisha. Check her out at fairydragon_dice, and our campaign artist is the incomparable Tiana Kovacevic. You can find her at miss._Martian on Instagram. All of our official campaign art for this campaign and beyond is done by her. Unfortunately, her commissions are closed again, so if you didn't get in there, you missed it, but stay tuned for when they open again. Speaking of art, do you want to get some art on your bod? You do. We have a merch store.
Tattoos.
Yeah, tattoos for Tiana.
I'll give you a neck tattoo. I'll do it myself, but I'll personally give you a neck tattoo.
It
Oh,
will
boy.
be bad.
Oh boy. Type !merch to get the link to our Redbubble store where you can find a bunch of designs on products like shirts, hoodies, as well as shower curtains, aprons, journals, dad hats, and more. Our Discord is a wonderful, amazing place. Type !Discord to come hang out with us. If this is the party, then the Discord is the after party. So come hang out with us there. It's a very lovely, wholesome place. A big thank you to all of you for subscribing to us. Don't forget to re-up your subscriptions as they don't roll over every month. You can also sub with your Amazon Prime. And if you choose to give that to us, that's just so nice of you. Thank you. If you'd like to support the show above and beyond a description, type !donate to figure out how to do that. We're also just like really excited to have you here week after week as we go through and tell the story. It's really wonderful. And we're so just warms my heart about it. If you are like, whoa, I need also thank you, Animedes, for the bits. Thank you, friend. So good. If you need to get caught up, you can type !YouTube, all of our episodes, because considering this is like episode 82, every episode that we have streamed is there cataloged for you in all of its glory, as well as all of the history before we started streaming. So if you haven't gone through that, what are you waiting for? Like, go do that. Also give us a follow on YouTube because we don't have a lot of followers there, which is very weird. And type !YouTube to get in on the action. Another very exciting announcement. Whoa, we are going to be at Fan Expo Vancouver.
Oh, yeah.
So fucking awesome. Happening at the Vancouver Convention Center. We are going to be there on Saturday, February 19th, and we have not one, but 2 panels happening on stage 3. Our first is at 11 a.m. And that's going to be myself and Adam and Sean talking about how to elevate your game through characters and role play. Pardon me. And then if you are around for the rest of the day at 5:15 to 7 o'clock, also on stage 3, we have Sean and Adam and Tim talking about, pardon me, all good things DMing. It's going to be amazing and awesome. And then we will be playing live that night. We might just be a little half an hour later than we normally are. But yeah, I'll type !Fan Expo for all the details on how to get tickets if you are in Canada or like the Pacific Northwest area and all of that kind of good stuff. Please. Fuck all of you.
I will say it's very disappointing. I did contact him personally about getting a panel where I just eat pies for like 45 minutes, and they didn't want that. They didn't go for it.
Okay,
No?
here's the pitch. You have to sit in the front row with a collection of pies, and we'll bring out a full-length mirror, angle it so that the whole audience can see you, and it'll be like you're on stage while we're talking about how to improve your game through narrative uses as a DM and player, and you'll still be eating pie for the whole hour and 45 minutes.
I do want to address something because this has been bothering me for a while.
Yeah.
It's that every week Yanis doesn't eat a whole pie during the announcements. The child inside me that believes in magic dies a little more. So I just wanted to put words to that.
I saw Yanis drink a little bit of that stevia or whatever, and I was like, oh, he's going to do a drinking one. And I looked at all the liquid that I had around me to like yes and him.
And it didn't happen.
Listen, I'll give
myself
myself water poisoning.
Don't
I'll
do
drink
it,
this whole
please.
thing in one sitting, but
Not
only
on
if Yanis
stream.
eats a whole pie.
I'm almost done announcements. Before I jump into our programming this week, Lennon, what are you up to on your channel this week?
There's not much because I am moving
Yay!
next Saturday, but I'm gonna try and do a stream tomorrow, normal Sunday stream, probably a little bit later, so it'll be normal, but a Sunday stream, do some Animal Crossing, and then random streams.
Fun. That's great. And
No
we're so excited
plans.
for you to move and get your new sweet place set up. It's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So good. Adam, are you streaming at all this week?
I'm trying to move back to a regular Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. So I'm trying to get back on that. And you can watch me be completely calm and reasonable while I play League of Legends. No tilt,
So
really good at the game,
Yeah.
and really even keeled, very level headed.
Yeah.
And that's the energy you'll come see when you come see me stream League of Legends. It's
that's-
just calm, happy to be there, you know.
Cody will
Yeah.
likely also be streaming this week. So if someone, I don't know if we have any mods in the chat right now, one of us will shout out Adam and Len and Cody. So please go do that.
That
and
actually
go
worked. God
does.
damn it.
Yes, it does work. There is an
I
exclamation
was
point
just
now.
gonna shout out.
I think
The
it's
Cody
Lennon,
one's broken.
exclamation- No, the Cody one's not broken. It just
The
doesn't have his
Datum
updated
one
stuff.
doesn't work.
Okay.
Dum-dum.
Lastly, programming for us this week. It is a busy week for us. We are back on Monday for more painting with Adam and myself with no excuses. I will be working more on Yanis's boat. And Adam, what will you be painting this week?
Oh shit! Yeah. I'm gonna continue painting those ogres. They are sitting up on the shelf. I've got one of the big wolf boys kind of half done. I'm gonna finish that one off and then continue those lads.
Amazing.
I want them done. I want them all
That's
done.
good. We get it out of the way. On Wednesday, we are back with chapter 3 of the Brothers Grimm, starring Adam and Cody and the wonderful Pond with myself in the GM seat. Come hang with us as we tell a fairly creepy fairy tale. It's a good time. Wednesday the 9th at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then, of course, we are back next Saturday with our regular main campaign for episode 83. So lastly, whether you're new with us tonight or you've been with us for ages, thank you so much for the support. We love you immensely, and we thank you for hanging out at our table. We hope you feel super welcome here. Without further ado, Cody, roll the clip. Roll the clip.
Oh
he
man,
gets
I never
us
get
every
old
time.
with Cody at the wheel. Okay, so for
Cody,
those of
take the
you
wheel.
just joining us tonight, last week Blackwater made a daring rescue of their friend Callie, who had been captured in the 6th layer of hell and taken to the frozen citadel of Deltane to be sold. The party arrived in the city and attempted to stealth their way through to her location. However, their plan quickly went sideways and a pursuit began throughout the city as they managed to arrive at Callie's location, only to instigate another fight with some very powerful devils. A well-placed force wall and a bit of luck, Blackwater managed to rescue their friend and a saber-toothed tiger before returning to Wolfreen, where a hard discussion was had around trust and decision-making. So we pick up as you have all taken your rest, and Callie, you have been made as Jar, you see now, is sitting outside of her room petting your very large new saber-toothed tiger.
Fuck. I don't say that.
What's its name?
Thank you, Locked Eye, for the raid.
Thank you, Raiders.
Oh, hi, Jess. Sorry.
Its name is Jazz?
No. Yeah, its name is Jazz. No. What do you think its name should be?
I don't know.
No, it's not ours though. It doesn't have a name.
Okay. Okay.
I don't-
She just like continues to pet its head, and it seems very calm and is purring quite loudly once again.
Oh no. I found it. It's I don't think we're gonna keep it.
Okay. She kind of like looks down.
Saber-tooth tiger is pretty big.
Yeah, but there's lots of room at the palace.
There is lots of room at the palace.
And like, I could definitely take care of it.
We'll have to see.
Okay. Kind of gives it one more scritch and then gives you a big hug and heads back into her room because it is late.
Yeah.
Um,
Gonna go knock on my door.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kamea opens the door. You're back. She kind of scoops you in a big embrace, gives you a big kiss, and then kind of like steps back a second as she notices the tiger behind you. What is that?
I got it from hell. I couldn't leave it.
Okay. Is it a devil?
No, I don't
That's
think
good.
so. I don't
Okay.
think so. It was
Okay.
it was pulling the carts. It was pulling the
Oh.
carts and I healed it and it liked me. And then we got in a big fight and it was pretty bad. And I was like, I need the tiger. And everyone was like, Callie, we're going to die. Why do you need the tiger? And then the doors came down with vines and the tiger burst through. And now the tiger's here.
Now the tiger is here.
Now the tiger's here.
All right. Well, maybe let's just deal with it in the morning.
Yeah, I can put it somewhere.
Sure. I'll get some folks to bring it some food. Can it be put outside, or do you think it should stay with us? Or
it likes me?
I was afraid you'd say that. That's all right. That's all right, sweetheart. That's fine. She kind of leads you in. You can sleep on the settee. That's fine. She kind of, you see, she starts laying out blankets on the settee, and she calls for one of the palace guards to kind of get the cooks to bring up some food for the tiger. And you spend the evening with Kamea.
Hell yeah.
So the next morning, you all come to back at Blackwater Keep. Callie, do you head back to Blackwater Keep in the morning?
Yeah, I'd head back in the morning.
Okay. Did you want to bring the tiger with you, or do you want to leave it at the keep for now? Kamea seems open to housing it for now.
My poor wife. I would like to keep it here for now. I like this tiger, though. That is a strong note. I like this tiger.
All right. So she agrees to house the tiger. It seems to have taken a liking to Kamea as well. She seems to have a way with animals, being a druid. And you arrive back at Blackwater Keep as everyone is having their breakfast. What would you all like to do?
So over to the fire plane, talk to Garryx and get this party on the show, or?
I think we have one or two things to tie up, or at least set in motion before we go, and then yes, making all haste over to the King's Alluvium to see if we can make it through to the fire plane.
Yeah, what's on the to-do list?
Well, Magrin has said that before Moradin was killed, he had set Magrin creating the Dawn Prism. And now that Moradin is dead, Magrin doesn't know how to continue. So I don't know of anyone who knows how to create or to finish a Dawn Prism, but that seems imperative. It seems imperative to get that done while we try and get the other Titans on our side, so that once the council is assembled, we have everything ready to go. Callista said we needed it. So we need to find someone who knows how to make a Dawn Prism to guide Magrin.
What do you reckon? A house call to Aelyria, and she can reach into the dreamscape, and
she might know. Yes, I agree. And worst case, if she doesn't, there might be someone there who knows something.
Mr. Whispers?
My other thought is that he may know who has the mandolin.
Just to clarify who Mr. Whispers is?
You weren't there, Findan, that's right.
Yeah.
We went to see a mage named Aelyria, and I am loath to use him again. But he knows many things.
Why?
Why does he know many things?
No, why are you loath to use him?
Because he's a servant of Vecna. He carries the hand of Vecna.
Very spooky dude. Really bad
He's
vibe.
chained to a wall. She essentially has him prisoner. She calls him her inquisitor.
Right.
Yes.
Well, if she's got him captured, surely it's not so bad.
You have to trade secrets for secrets.
Oh.
We traded some to get some answers about the matron and why she wanted Cato before you rejoined us.
And also, very small side thing, but he is very yucky, just like it as a general note.
He is very yucky,
Well,
yes.
If it comes to it, I might have something to trade.
So we got to do Dawn Prism. It sounded like there was more than one thing on the to-do list.
Also, I think, well, I can assume that Clegg has updated the council on everything that has happened with Moradin. I'm assuming that that's done already. So that's one other last thing. And the last thing is I need to find Golar. Or at least know where he's going.
I cast sending to Golar. Hey, Golar, it's Letters. How are you? And where are you? You okay?
I feel like that how took take out.
Do you need help? Letters.
You hear back. Hello, Letters. I am in a place called Clore. I was on a ship that sailed out of the underport. I was too weak. I'm not sure where it is in relation to Wirangdun. I am okay.
I relay that to Nappy.
Is he?
He's in Clore.
Is he free? Is he a free person, or has he been?
I cast it again. Hey, Golar, are you free? Are you in bondage? Met anyone cool? Like, how's Golar? You know?
Planning to stay in Claw.
Planning to stay?
Like to return?
Would you like to return? Letters.
Right. I am free, but I have no money, so I have to work to feed myself on the ship. The captain is fine. I would like to return.
I relay that.
And have you been to Claw?
Sounds like there's a will they won't there with the captain, so we'll see where that goes.
Right.
But no, I don't believe I've been to Clore.
No.
Honestly, it sounds like Golar is very much alive and he's a working man. He can take care of it. We got some real universe in the I think we're gonna check that one off as
we also do have the need to go to Claw eventually. That's where Uptal is.
Perfect. We'll do
pick it
2
up
in
on the
1.
way. All right. Not to waste your spell slots, I will cast Sending to Golar now. If you can keep yourself steady in Claw for a little while, we have business there and will be there as soon as we can. We'll bring you home. Promise.
Okay, will do. Thank you. Is Magrin safe?
Oh, that's bad.
Does
We're
he
not
think
going to
we-
use another.
Yeah. Do you think we're made of spell slots?
This guy should know better. Come on, man.
I'm not gonna leave him. I can't leave him hanging.
I
I mean, you can. Yeah.
But what if we
Wait,
have to
Nappy.
fight the god of like
Nappy.
spinach or something later?
I've been working on it for a while. I don't want you to use your spell slots. I'll got this one. Yes. Tim, I don't cast sending because I don't have it.
Make a deception check at disadvantage. She knows what sending looks like.
Oh, of course.
She-
That is a 24.
All right. You can make an insight check.
Oh,
or
I
if
feel
you
like-
just
I feel like Neppy would
Yeah.
know that he can't cast Sending. He's never been able to cast Sending before, but I can make an insight
it's a
check.
pretty convincing lie. You have advantage on this.
Yeah, okay. All right. It's going to be a 26.
Yeah, Finn, knowing full well he's caught in a lie, just doesn't break face. Just is like,
I feel like as a context clue, we're very chill, very amiable. If we had bad news, we would have tell him. He's fine. He's gonna be fine. So what do you think? Over to Halora or what? What do we do?
One quick idea that just occurred to me. Do you think there's anyone that would know? Yanis forgets the place with all the Saracite.
Ceva Aelyria?
Yeah. Do you think there's anyone at Ceva Aelyria who would know about Dawn Prisms? They have very ancient knowledge it occurred to me that if there was anywhere they would have lost knowledge of that sort, it might be them.
I mean, to save us a trip, I can make a quick call.
Yeah, see what Relauven has to say about it.
Oh,
Hey, Relauven, it's me. I don't know why I'm like speaking like there's a limit to what I can say. I just feel like I fell into a kind of pattern watching everybody else. Do you know what a Dawn Prism is and like how to make one, or anyone who might?
I'm afraid I don't know what that is, but perhaps you could commune with the ancestors.
At the big Ceresite thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I could do that. Thanks, Relauven. I feel like you and I haven't talked in a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah, it's been fucking nuts lately. Let me tell you, a god's died. Like, one of us died. We got stuck in hell. I blew through the chest of an archdevil in hell. That was fucking cool. Yeah, you saw. Oh, I'm so glad you were watching at that time, because I feel like you must step away occasionally, get a snack or whatnot.
I don't watch you all the time.
Yeah, that would be weird and also quite uncomfortable. And it would also explain why I have my room in perpetual darkness, because of a somewhat deep seated fear of that. But yeah, no, I'm glad you saw that, because that was a really like top 10 kind of badass moments of Finnan's life, that's for sure. Cool. Yeah, ancestors. Got it. Thanks a lot. And I'll try to keep in touch, but like not about serious like world ending stuff. I'll just be like, how was your day today? Is Rysel being cool?
Voice.
Because you guys are like roommates now, right? Because you're like basically in the same body,
kind of
soul roommates.
Yes, you could say that.
Wild. Well, I'll be in touch. Thanks a lot. Yeah, he says to go talk to the ancestors and the big crystal thing.
It did sound like a maybe. He said, maybe the ancestors. I think it's worth just a quick call to Aelyria, be like, do you know about this, or is this a maybe for you? Right?
I would agree.
See which is our strongest lead, because we're not made of spell slots, and I'd rather use our thirds than our sevenths. Exactly. I'm going to cast Sending.
Oh, all right.
I would love to cast Sending, but I've just never met Aelyria. That's the only hurdle.
He's on a call.
Good evening, Aelyria. Letters here. We are in desperate need of information on Dawn Prisms. Familiar? Make one? Question mark?
I feel like
I used up all my words on the pleasantries.
Yeah, I feel like
You
if you
did
drop words
wonderfully.
like desperate and like you drop a lot of adjectives, and you can probably fit more in.
It is a practice about
Look,
the bigger issue is you saying the punctuation. I think that was more your downfall than the pleasantries.
No, I thought he did wonderfully.
I think it's a good letters here. We need Dawn Prism.
Also,
if there's one person we've met so far,
because she knows it's you.
Well, maybe not. I mean,
No, that's how the spell works. Is that she knows it's you. You can often just say a greeting, like hello.
The point is, Aelyria is like ancient and stuff, and like appreciates decorum. Oh wait, I'm getting an answer.
You kind of hear mumbling. And it just goes on for a bit and then ends.
Aelyria's asleep talking.
Got this. I'm gonna cast Dream. No, I've never met Aelyria. Fuck. I go to cast Dream. I'm like, wait.
I can.
Fuck. Damn it. Never mind.
I cast Sending to her, her aide, the one that we met.
Sidekick.
The one, who works for her. Hello. I would like to request an audience with Mistress Aelyria of the utmost importance. Very much appreciated. Thank you.
All right, you hear back from the servant. I will inform Mistress Aelyria of your request. That's it.
I'll business this guy.
Should we just go?
No. Look, if we can go to one place, let's go to the one place that we know we can get access to. And if we get the call that Aelyria's like, yo, what's up? Then we can, follow that up. I say we go to Ceva Aelyria. We know we'll have access to like the records room. And if anyone knows what an ancient Dawn Prism is, it was people who were alive fucking 8,000 years ago.
Right.
You do hear back a few minutes later from Aelyria.
Oh my goodness.
Hello, Neppy. I'm unfamiliar with a Dawn Prism, but I have been looking through my archives to see what I can find. You are more than welcome to take a look. That's it.
If anything, it also might afford us an opportunity to take a look at the Nautilus again.
Sounds like we got two soft maybes. What do we think, team?
With the party, it worked so well last time.
That's an idea. Let's do that.
Sorry, what?
I was being deeply facetious, Giannis.
Oh.
I mean, Kale. Giannis. That was a weird moment.
Giannis is one of Gianna's.
Oh, yeah. No, right.
servant.
Giannis was trying to give me food. I don't want food.
Kelly, what
He
do you
slipped in
think?
through the magic mansion.
He's
You know.
sentient. It's canon.
Hard when they're both maybes. I'm good to go wherever.
I know Hallora's not your favorite.
No, she's not.
Let's flip a coin. I'm gonna roll a d6. 1, 2, 3 is Ceva Aelyria.
I
4, 5,
genuinely
6.
feel like Ceva Aelyria might be our best bet, just because if Halora would have known, then she would have known, and we don't know what Ceva. I mean, these people were around probably the last time this was used. You know, we have.
Granted,
No,
I
think they were
agree.
extinct by then.
Yes, and they didn't
like,
know of
extinct.
the current prime deities. They didn't know much about them. They
Oh.
didn't know who Nepthisicat was.
Yeah,
They
they're-
didn't know who the Raven Queen was.
They're like proper ancient.
Oh, this is
Like
too fresh even for them.
5,000
Yeah.
years.
Well, in that case, then the answer is Halora.
Right.
If we've just ruled out the Illyrians, then it's got to be right. Not
I mean,
to
it's worth-
poo-poo your.
It's
your-
worth a
your
try
coin.
anyway, but
Well, we can go to both places.
Out of curiosity, what did the coin say, Kale?
It did say Ceva Aelyria.
Oh,
So,
that feels like bad luck. To go.
well,
that
I mean, you just said your bet is Ceva Aelyria and then reversed your decision and then asked me what the coin said. So
Yeah.
you're not exactly, firm on a direction either.
Why don't Finnan? Seems like it has been a time since you've been able to commune with her love. Why don't we go to Ceva? Take a little bit of time there. We spend 24 hours. We can go to see Halora, rest, and then we go to whatever. At the end of the day, we
Don't-
go to the King's Alluvium.
we don't need to rest. We can hit up both. Between
Yes.
me and Kale,
Right.
we're not resting. We're just
No.
figuring out what we're doing today.
Why don't we split up and we meet?
At the King's Alluvium?
Yeah.
you
Latest.
both
we
can
Oh
can't.
no, I'm the only one who
Teleport
can get
twice a
us
day?
there.
And neither of you have been to Ceva Aelyria.
This is true.
Sounds good. Let's do Ceva Aelyria. Fucking, I'll get us to Ceva.
Wait,
No
neither
mind
of
blank
you-
for you today, Callie. I'll get us over to Halora. Giannis, Kale, you get us over to the fucking fireplace. We
King's
good?
Alluvium. Good. Yes.
Another option didn't you say when you were talking about Halora that part of her like world or house is like in a different dimension? Could you use plane shift to save a spell slot for letters?
Honestly,
Okay.
the higher stuff, I barely ever use it. Like,
Potentially. If
Let's do
need
it then.
be, yes. She may also have a portal somewhere. I don't know. All right. Let's do it.
all right, I take out my coaster from Uvrod's hole and I focus on it. And Zalabim, let's go.
All right, so you arrive in Ceva Aelyria at Uvrod's Hole. And it is the morning crowd, although it's actually a very early morning crowd because of where Ceva Aelyria is in relation to where
It's
you
still
are.
the late night crowd.
It's
isn't
like,
it?
yeah, it's like
Yes.
it's like 4 in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning, and the like crowd that is there is over the moon to see you. This is just a wild turn of events. As it's like, oh, this is great. But you arrive in the city, And as you kind of head out, you can see there are folks starting their day. It seems like this city wakes up relatively early, as elves don't sleep very much.
Off to you, Vinan.
Right, yeah, big crystal place. Let's go.
I'll check in with Serpenthus.
All right.
I bet you will.
Did you want company, or would you rather go?
Sorry,
Yeah, please.
Kale's been rubbing off on me. Like everything he says has like a sexual vibe to it, and so like just I need to stop spending so much time with him. He keeps checking in on me and then ending on a real like I'm gonna go fuck someone vibe, and it's definitely changing how I see the world. Sorry, Letters, that was inappropriate. Your relationship with the person whose name Adam has immediately forgotten. Serpenthus, your relationship with Serpenthus is whatever. Like it's your own thing. It's private. I just want this off.
Perhaps the
Good
pressure.
talk.
Perhaps the pressure of being a savior of a city is getting to him. I'll go with you, Letters.
No, he's just like that.
Oh, right.
Oh,
You ever talk to that kid about like, I noticed some changes are happening. That kid
Finnan comes
Yes,
back.
I've
as
tried to-
Neppy,
I
as Neppy
want to
and
address
Letters
something.
are
No, I want to
walking-
address something while I have everyone here.
Oh,
Are
you're
you-
still here?
you're back.
Yeah, no, I hear. Okay, so
No, you
Comes
hear
back down the
everything. It's
tunnel
very on
towards
Yeah.
the Rudd's hole.
no, I just want to address this kid thing.
Yeah.
I get it.
No,
I'm not technically the youngest person here, and we never address that. But like life spent living, sure.
Who's the youngest?
Letters.
It's me. I'm middle-aged.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm about
7,
14.
right?
About
14.
14, yeah.
Right.
Wow.
So less
But you're
years
so-
lived. Yeah, Minotaur. But I just want to address the fact that like years, like life lived in a very condensed amount of time. I'm not a kid anymore. The shit when I go to my room and it's darked out and you're like, oh, he's so edgy and a kid. I
We've
don't
never
do that
said
because
Finnan.
oh, you make your little jokes, but I don't do that because I'm trying to be edgy. I do that to shut the world out for a moment because I hear everything. It's not just my sight that's enhanced; it's everything. I feel everything more. I see everything more. I hear everything more, and it's too much. So my room is a place where I can shut it out just a little bit. And even then, magical darkness doesn't work on me. It just creates an illusion that maybe I can be in the dark for a moment, that I can shut out everything. But I still hear everything. I still feel everything. So I'm not a kid anymore. And I get it, it's a joke, but it's infantilizing and it's not fair. I'm an equal part of this group, and calling me that kid or the kid or making jokes about that I get awkward about things, that's not fair.
Nobody's ever said you're any less of a member of this party, Finnan, ever. In fact, we've already encouraged you to think of yourself as a member of this party.
I never said you did. I'm talking about the way you talk to each other about me when you think I can't hear. I've heard it. I don't want to be called a kid anymore. You can't deny that.
All right. I'll rephrase it. That man turns red as soon as you start talking about sex and stuff.
No, I got awkward because I made a social faux pas and a bad joke and felt bad about it.
Look, all I've tried to do is help you with your sexual relationship with Trixie, and I think as a member of this team,
And I want you to have no part of that part of my life.
Okay.
And I would respectfully ask you to stop trying.
Okay, that's fine. I just feel like.
Does that mean I can't ask about this? You feel everything more intensely thing.
That's Emma.
Of course, Kale, you would see it that way.
I just need to know.
All right, do you want to know? Yes, everything. The air feels different to me. Everything. I can smell people when they cough in a different room. I can smell the air change. All of my senses are heightened to a point of unpleasantness, but I deal with it because it helps me get jobs done. But I can't turn it off. It's in me. It's a part of me. And it's all the time. And it's overwhelming most of the time, and I keep it together because I have to. And the few times that I get away from it, I should be allowed to do that. And that's
no one has ever said
that's why
you're
my
not allowed
room is
to
the way
do
it
that.
is. I have hesitated in getting my room have silence cast on it because of the jokes that I feel you would make. We're like, oh, he needs to be in silent. What an edgy little man. But it's the only way I can shut out all of your conversations that should be private. and can't be because I'm around. I feel guilt for that constantly.
You don't have to feel guilt for the way you are, Finnan. I will say myself personally, if there was ever a moment where you would like silence cast on your room, though it will not last long, I will be happy to do that for you. Nobody judges you for the way that you are. We love you for the way that you are. And I know we tease each other, and it can go too far. And I apologize if it has gone too far. We love you, Finnan. And if there is teasing or light ribbing that has been too much, please, as you are now, tell us. Stop us in the moment. We kid and we joke around because we love you. And the world is ending. And we're what's standing in the way of it. And there has to be a little light in the darkness. And if we cannot tease each other, then I would worry if you stopped teasing me. I would worry if you all stopped teasing me about how orderly I am and how uptight I used to be.
Teasing is fine. I just
Thank
don't.
You.
I just don't want to be treated like a kid.
You're not a child, Finnan. When you came back, I held your hands and you participated in ceremony with me, a coming of age ceremony. You've been a man in my eyes ever since.
Right.
No point has that ever changed for me.
This has been a stressful couple of days, and that might be the antecedent to all of this. And I apologize for shouting, but
no,
I'm glad it's
Finnan,
out.
I'd encourage you actually to talk to us about it. I wondered, I have Kokanee currently not here, but I can talk to him about how fucking awful this is sometimes, that this is our lot, and that this is how we interact with the world, that this is the cards that are put in front of us. And it is awful and beautiful and wonderful and terrifying. Please, rather than feeling like you have to take all of this on your shoulders yourself, there are 5, 6 of us here, yourself included. Let us carry your weight with you. Don't feel like you have to break your back alone. For Goddess grace, it will crush you.
I appreciate that. And I don't know if it is psychosomatic or actually connected with the heightened sensitivity. Maybe it's just one of the last little fuck yous to me that Dave threw down, but it's not just physical things that are heightened, I feel. And again, I might just be imagining it because everything feels more, but sometimes the best thing for me is to have nothing, to have no input, physical or emotional. That's why I walk away. Sometimes it's too much. And I appreciate your pep talks, and I appreciate you trying to check on me and making sure I'm okay. But when I'm mad, it's so much anger that I just need to walk away and let it diffuse out of me. It's almost a physical thing. I almost stepped out when the force wall dropped. I almost stepped out because I wanted to kill that devil so badly. And I was so angry. I was so angry that when it dropped for that moment, I almost stepped forward far enough out of reach that Kale wouldn't have been able to bring me back in. And I managed to hold that part of me back, but it's so intense. I just need to not have anything more added, good or bad. I just need to neutralize.
That's understandable. I think I personally would encourage you that if you have a moment to take that time to step away, and if we check in on you, it comes from a place of care, not trying to not respect that you might need that space. And I would really encourage you to voice that it is feeling overwhelming, as you do. I think I worry sometimes that when you walk away and you come back and we don't talk about it afterward, that it sits and it festers. And then it stays until we have a conversation like this and we talk about it. I know that talking is not everyone's favorite thing, but God is grace, it is all I do. It's all I was
you do
brought
more
up to
than
do.
that. Don't sell yourself short.
Perhaps what I did first is learning to talk to people. So if there is something that lingers with you, Finan, if it is anger, frustration, sadness, please always know that the door is open for you to bring it to us. It is an open door conversation with anyone here. I welcome you to do that. I honestly, perhaps it is not my place to do so, but I need you to do that, because we've had lots of conversations lately about trust and the world we are stepping into now, the things we move in and out of. If we do not move cohesively as a group, they will kill us without a second thought. We need to move as a unit. We need to trust each other implicitly. And I can feel the love between us in our bones. It is what sustains me being away from my husband and my children, knowing that wherever I go, I am amongst family. But we need to trust each other. All of us, all the time. And if there is a break in that trust, we need to talk about it. Because we jump from plane to plane to plane, and we could end up in literal hell. Sorry, let us go ahead.
I was just gonna
run on.
Can I tell you what I'm hearing, Finan? What I'm hearing is that, yeah, we've been treating you like a kid when you haven't been for a long, long time. And yeah, that's shitty. And that was thoughtless of me. And I appreciate you hold me to it. And it also sounds like we have to respect that you don't want to deal with things how generally we do, and that if you walk away, provided it's not in literal hell where a fucking demon can jump you, we should respect that space, with the understanding that when you've had time to get rid of that extremely heightened state that you're in, you come talk to us when you're ready. How's that sound?
Sounds fair.
Okay. We good?
I'm good.
All right. I'm going to go try to have a professional conversation and cut through the sexual tension. Neppy, please come with me.
Well, if anyone's going to help you cut through sexual tension, it'll be a priestess, right?
No, right, you've had sex before you have kids.
It's Nepentha and Letters are going to see Serpenthus, and the rest of you are going to.
As they walk away, I'm going to say, their mission has sex in the title, and
yeah, I'm going to go.
Kale, do you want to come? Do you want to come?
Go talk with the sexy people.
Okay.
If you're into academics, I'm
gonna go with Finan.
Oh, yeah, Clack's with us?
Crystal.
Yeah.
Oh, Crystal's Clack, right?
That's awesome.
No,
I thought he was doing his own adventure or something. I thought you were a diplomat now, dude. My bad.
I'm gonna go with Finan.
Oh, I know. I can see in your eyes you're a little disappointed. Go.
No. I'm gonna go with you.
Honestly, you might be doing a favor to Letters, because you might be able to distract. Listen, it's palpable in that room with the Serpentis and Letters, and
I'll tell you, there's only one sexy person in the place we're going. If you're going to the archives, you'll have the entire sexual knowledge of a whole people to tap into.
Whatever you want.
Because they're all ancestors, which means most of them
grabbing letters and
would
dragging
have
him
had sex
towards
at one
Sir
point,
Pempis.
at least to reproduce.
Just grabbing him.
Sixth
all right.
library.
Clack
A
goes
sixth
with letters
library.
and Nippy. So you guys
got turned
head
off
to
on the
see-
sex library? What?
You go to see Sir Pempis, and you head to her tower. The rest of you head to where the fractured consort is. And you find the tower, and folks are kind of starting their day within Ceva Aelyria, and you arrive at her tower, and you head in, you knock on the door. A little while later, she comes down, and she opens the door. Oh,
Good morning.
good morning. Letters?
Sorry, I would have called
You.
ahead, but I used up all my spell slots.
Oh, that's fine.
It's been a morning.
What can I do for you?
Well, we wanted to ask you about something very important, very high magic. But first, I wanted to show you something that I think you're really gonna like. And I'm gonna pull out the stinger of Gary, the Archdevil, and be like, you know what this is?
Some kind of scorpion stinger or something.
Stinger of an Archdevil from hey Neppy, what level of hell were we just in?
Stygia.
Stygia.
Is fascinating. Thank you for showing me that. It's.
Can I
I am a
check?
bit. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Something's off.
It might be the music because I don't have Ceva Aelyria music. and I
No,
tried.
no, it's okay. She has a different demeanor than the last time we were with her. That's gonna be 26.
You can tell she is not terribly excited to see letters. It seems like
Oh.
there was a bit of hurt there from their last interaction.
Okay.
I don't know if you were privy to that.
I letters never told me, so I imagine
Yeah, it seems
I
like
would.
she's sort
tension?
of cold towards letters. Yeah.
Okay.
I am quite busy at the moment. If there is something pressing, if you could.
Yes, extremely pressing. Anyways, I'll leave this Archdevil stinger later. Clack. We are in the process of trying to track down a means of making a Dawn Prism, and I'm going to give her the whole to-do about like the very, very high stakes about this, how Moradin is dead, like this is big earth-shattering things, and hoping that the stakes of the situation will overpower the awkward vibe that is happening here.
I would like you to make a charisma check for me.
Just raw?
Just a raw charisma check.
I legitimately forgot until Shadow posted it in the chat that she offered to take you to hell, and you said no thanks, and then you went without her
to a different plane of hell.
I'm just saying, I didn't
Thank
realize
fuck.
that.
That's a natural 20. I haven't had one of those in a minute,
Oh.
and that is exactly where I wanted out of combat.
All right. So she does seem to warm up a bit as you get into the kind of broader implications of everything that's happening. It does seem exciting to her, and you do kind of catch her off guard a bit. I have never heard of a Dawn Prism, but I know that there are ways that barriers and such between planes have been bolstered with Serasite. I believe there are some documents surrounding that. I will take a look through my archives and see what I can find.
This one was a friend of ours who is a forge keeper. She was crafting it and hammering it as if through forging, and I know that's
Crystal.
Yes, it was almost like quartz, pink, very large and swirling as she hit it every time, ringing out. It was a beautiful sound.
Yes, I will take a look. I will take a look.
Wonderful.
It's good to see you.
It's wonderful to see you as well.
Yes, it's good to see you too, Nepentha.
I owe you tea, sir.
Anytime. I will.
Do I know if this thing would work if I had just a little piece of it in terms of like getting us back there? Do I need to, does it all have to be one big stinger?
The devil, are you talking about the stinger?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I've never seen a tuning fork like that. From my experience, it's usually a small token when using interplanar travel, but...
Well, I mean, I just need to be able to get back there in case anything goes, but I figured if there was anybody who should have this, you were top of the list. So I don't think we need to go back there today. If you think you could just like give me like a shaving of it at some point when we check in about the thing, would you like...
Make a persuasion check. You
One
can
of a
make it an
kind.
advantage because you had the natural 20 before.
I'm trying to give her something nice,
Hey,
dude.
remember that place you said you want to go on holidays with me, and you said no, but then I went by myself and came back with this dope ass fucking souvenir?
I mean, I'll also give her the fucking context that, like, it was in talking about Moradin that say they fucking cursed this thing, and it's another natural 20 on the same dice, by the way.
That's amazing.
I see. This
Lemon
20
lime.
wants you to fuck Serpentis.
No, I'm trying to rebuild a professional relationship
Professional
after.
Listen, the
these
dice have
things can
spoken.
happen.
The dice have spoken.
Sean.
Don't fight it.
She
Letters' intention right now is to rebuild a professional, platonic
Roll
appreciation.
to resist sexual tension.
I
Roll to
takes it.
resist.
It's
Let
fucking.
Tim do it. Let Tim take it.
she nods her head. Thank you. This is a very generous gift, and I appreciate it. I will see what I can do about removing a piece of it without destroying it, and you can try that on your next attempt to travel.
Well, I mean, if we have a little more heads up this time, you could come with us.
Perhaps. It was good to see you.
It's good to see you.
She kind of nods her head. I will be in touch.
Oh, hey, I
Thank you.
got a growler of fungal ale from Uvrod's Hole.
What's up, mate?
Oh, okay, cool.
And
That'll
she,
just be for me and Clack then.
and she closes the door and
All
heads
right.
back up.
As we leave, as we're out of earshot of the tower, as we're making our way back to wherever we said we would rendezvous, I lean over to Letters. Letters, I say this gravel boy to gravel boy.
Mhm.
Did you do something wrong with your relationship with Serpentis? She was miffed at you for some reason. You don't have to answer. I'm just
I mean,
gravel boy to gravel boy. I'm curious.
I've never been the most socially adept fella. No. I just think it's hard for people sometimes to hear that, like.
You can say it. It's just us gravel boys here.
Yeah, it's just us, dude.
It's just. She is very, very cool, but she has feet, and like that's just
Oh yes.
you know how repulsive I find you people. Like,
Yeah.
like I find it really like I understand like when your kind look at hairless rats, for example, you
Mm.
find that displeasing, right?
I mean, all
like-
creatures are beautiful in their own way.
Yeah, oh, sure. Okay, you're enlightened, but like Clack, bat me out. You've talked to these people, and like, I know you have cats, and then you have these hairless cats, and I've seen a lot of people be like, "Oh, hairless cats are cute," and a lot of people like, "Oh, that's like a testicle with legs," and I'm like, "Yes, I agree," and like, and then I just don't. It's wild to me that you all don't see the hypocrisy that like you're grossed out by hairless cats and rats, but you don't look at yourselves and like gag on a daily basis.
Well, everyone has their own taste.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, I was pretty sure that I appreciated beauty and that people were beautiful, but the only person I've ever really found truly attractive to me in that way is Kokanee. I wasn't sure I could be attracted to anyone in that way before we figured that out. together. So
right on.
Yeah. So I mean, everyone I think has their own. I mean, what do I know? But I feel like everyone has their own relationship with it. But she was upset with you a little bit. Not that you're saying you have to do anything about that or that's your fault.
Well, look, I think it's tough to be turned down for what you are rather than who you are.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like that does suck. And I don't know how to make that right, but like
time.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's why I brought her a one of a kind in a field that she is interested in, that we share.
From what I could pick up in the room, more gifts sound helpful.
Yeah, that is my intention. Our relationship started with a shared enthusiasm for the arcane and exploration, and I feel like we guide it back that way. And
You'll do wonderfully.
Yeah, because
keep it professional.
Yeah, well, that's it. At no point have I been like anti-Serpenthes. I just no point do I look at, all that fucking plucked chicken business, and that says yes to me. And even if you like disguise self or what, like I'll still know,
Right.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Gifts sound good.
Minotaur and some furbolgs have been very consistent.
Very consistent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I take both letters and clack arm in arm, and we walk back to wherever we were meeting everyone else.
All right. So the
skin is gross.
Skin is gross.
All creatures are beautiful.
The rest of you head over to.
You're enlightened.
The Fractured Consort, to be let into where the kind of ancestor crystals are. And Finn and you find a familiar figure, Amachias, the kind of elder of the Fractured Consort, which is kind of like the three who sort of they're sort of the leaders of the city. Serpenthes is one of them, Amachias is another one, and they also kind of watch over the ancestor crystals. So
about Amachias.
He kind of bows as well, kind of leaning on his spear. What brings you here, Finnan?
Knowledge. If it's okay with you, I would like to commune with the ancestors.
Of course.
Thank you.
Right this way. Kind of leads you through the large doors into the Sericite cavern that you can see is just like bristling with large Sericite crystals. It's got this magnificent kind of purple glow that emanates through the whole thing. And you head kind of into the center, right where you had that confrontation with Rysel. And you stand, kind of lay your hand on a large crystal.
Venerable ancestors, I am Finnan Aganis, envoy of unity once Rysel and Rlauven. I seek knowledge, if you would give it, on the Dawn Prism and means to make one.
Make a persuasion check for me, please.
Oh, man. That is a natural 12, so 27.
Okay. So you kind of reach out and you start to feel a rush of images. You start to see drow figures kind of passing by you, almost ghostly like, and as it continues kind of more and more rapid, they start to come into kind of sharper focus and more sharper focus as you feel yourself, as you see the things that they're wearing are changing as you move through all of these drow, just moving and moving as they move around you. And you start to see more ornate and more almost ostentatious dress as you come to a figure in a long purple robe with platinum embroidery You can see a massive crown of Saracite upon their head, holding a beautiful scepter in their hand.
Thank you for the raid, Fablers.
Aganis.
That is me.
It is good to meet you.
And it's good to meet you. Who do I have the honor of talking to?
I am Empress Thyrene. You have come seeking knowledge. Dawn Prism, yes?
I have, yes. The world is in great peril, and Dawn Prism holds the key to the salvation.
In my time as Empress, there was a great rift that extended across the world. Denizens from another plane poured onto the material plane, intent on consuming all. The Empire worked tirelessly to find a solution, to close the rift. We fashioned something, but it came at great cost. Many, many Illyrians gave their lives. They sacrificed their souls to imbue a large piece of Saracite into a powerful conduit. And it was through that we were able to channel enough magic to seal the rift once again.
I don't know if you know the answer to this, but would one soul touched with a lot of magic suffice instead of many?
I do not know. There were many powerful folks who sacrificed their lives to strengthen the crystal.
Right.
It is not dissimilar to the crystal you're touching now.
Were you one of the souls?
No. But it is a similar process. Something we adopted after that catastrophe was to transcend our physical form when the end of our life was near, and to pass on into the crystal itself.
The souls that were used to make the seal, were they destroyed or were they?
The crystal was shattered, so I can only assume they were lost.
But in making the crystal, that didn't destroy their soul?
No.
Okay, that's...
They existed as they do in this.
Oh, you've given me a dilemma, because if I tell my friends that there's a sacrifice required, fuck me if they won't all step up to bat. Honestly, you don't need this, but like, my friends are incredibly ready to sacrifice themselves, and it's deeply frustrating, but beside the point.
I understand.
And that was the first Dawn Prism, or was that just something of similar nature?
I believe it was perhaps of similar nature. Right. What you described and what I saw in your head seemed to fit a similar profile.
Your help has been immense already, and I appreciate it beyond words.
Of course.
Do you know of anyone we could speak to? Perhaps the Dawn Prism, its method was refined and needed less death. Do you know of any path we could take to find a simpler way? Nothing is ever simple when it comes to this sort of thing, but best we can.
Believe the process in which we used can be passed on to Serpentis if she does not have it already. We can give you the method we used. We were desperate. The Empire was in dire need of a solution, and our enemies were closing in around us.
I understand that.
But perhaps what we did can be taken and improved upon.
If it pleases you, I will take this knowledge. Thank you.
Of course. She kind of steps forward to you. May I?
Of course. I extend my hand.
She takes your hands in both of hers, and you again kind of feel that rush of information almost downloading into your head as you see hundreds of elves constructing, like mining this huge crystal, and you can see them constructing kind of a almost like a ziggurat-like building around it to contain this thing, and you can see just lines of people coming up these steps, lines and lines of what look like thousands of drow or Aelyrians.
Sacrificing themselves?
It seems that way.
I hope we find a more refined way.
I hope so too.
But I thank you for this knowledge.
Of course.
I gotta
come back out.
Tim, what did Callie and I see?
Did you go in as well?
Like we would have gone. I think we would have gone
into the chamber.
Into the chamber.
Sure.
Or at least Kale would have, if unless that was like he was given a look not
Amachias was knowing Finnan and kind of his standing within the city. It was sort of like accepted that you were allowed to go in, kind of respectfully. And you saw Amachias was, just behind Finnan, and you just saw him have his hand out, his head kind of bowed, but nothing looked out of the ordinary. You see when he kind of comes out, there is sort of a jerk to it as his breath kind of hits him. But he seemed fine.
Did you get what we... Did it work?
To an extent. I have the knowledge now to make something, but it's imperfect, and hard to explain. I was kind of just transferred the knowledge, and I might be able to do that with someone else, but it would have to be, I'd have to like show them in a dream. I think Margaret and Serpentis are our best bets for that, but
so this is the sixth library.
It's so much more than that, but...
You see Amachias is like...
Can I...
No, please, Kale. Please. This would be like sticking your hand in a graveyard. It's deeply disrespectful. I apologize for my friend, Amachias.
Listen, no one has expressed to me what's okay and what's... I'm just asking.
Nope. You know what? I love...
Can you ask
curiosity.
for me?
I put my hand...
I mean, they've got knowledge.
I put my hand on the crystal.
Can I...
And I go... venerable ancestors, I really apologize for asking this, but like, which of
Ask
you
them,
was
ask them about the forbidden positions.
which of you was like the freakiest? Like, you surely know amongst the ancestors. I would just like to meet the most freaky.
Questioning. I mean, you don't form a bond with it. It doesn't.
Okay, apparently the ancestors hate me now. Thank you, Kale. They're not very freaky. The elves didn't freak too hard.
They keep their secrets. I will discover the forbidden positions.
What was your name again?
Me?
Yes.
Yes, Kale. Kale. Am I going to go on like a ban from the library list?
I think you should honestly be on a ban from the library list.
Why are you writing my name down? You say
no,
but
I'm not very good with names as well, so I just.
Kale, I think we should leave. I look at Amachias. I'm like, please don't put my name down.
I understand. A young man's curiosity. It's all right.
Do you know?
Kale, we're leaving. I'm so sorry.
Before you go, Kale, I just
yes.
And he kind of pulls Kale aside. I understand your curiosity, but it's sort of rude to ask the ancestors of that. If you need any information of the kind, I think you may be seeking. Try Uvrot's hole.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. It didn't mean anything.
I just right. You're a sexual being. That's okay.
The reason I ask is because they're ancestors, right? So they had children.
Yes, of course.
So they had sex.
No.
And I mean, we're talking thousands of people's sexual experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just think about the wealth of knowledge. Think about the things that you guys have lost.
Yeah, you've given me a lot to think about. So, thank you. And I've never thought about that. And
I'm just saying, you guys you accessing like 25% knowledge, and you're missing like a whole piece of the pie chart.
You're missing 69%.
You're missing a hole. You're missing a hole.
It doesn't have to be sexual knowledge that we're missing out. Like, could be food knowledge. Right. There's thousands of years of food knowledge.
Yes.
Before you say anything, before you mix the two.
In handing down knowledge.
This is what I want to know. Tell me about the oral tradition, please.
Not that kind of oral
storytelling.
And
Illyrians live a very long time, so we have a long time to experiment. We come into sexual maturity fairly early on.
You're making the case as to why I want to touch the crystal.
Don't touch the crystal, Kale.
You're selling to me all the stuff that I'm missing out on.
It's not as simple as just touching the crystal.
Yeah, and as everyone knows, if you touch the crystal without being given permission, you get limp penis for the rest of your life. It's just a known fact.
That doesn't sound right.
I'm not sure what the ancestors told him, but I can't confirm or deny.
Wow.
I love him, guys. Right.
It's all right.
If you find anything, will you let me know?
Of course.
Thank you.
Kale. And what was your last name?
Salad.
Okay. Kale Salad. Okay, great. Yes, of course. I'll be sure.
Kale,
actually, hold on. No, sorry. Letters Blackwater.
Because Kale Salad is sort of an alias, or
it's. Make
a deception check at disadvantage because you've already told him your name.
Is this your wild name? What's your name? Sean Denver. No, actually, it's Adam Lucas.
It's Scourge Dunkley.
That is a 10.
And he goes, all right. Oh, yeah. He rolled terribly. And he writes down letters Blackwater. All right. Yeah, of course. I will be sure to pass that along. Letters.
Thank you. It's my name.
It's interesting, Finnan, that you have two companions with the same
named letters
name.
Blackwater. Isn't it just? And I'm staring daggers at Kyle.
I apologize. Unless you are.
No. But it's different.
Were you
it's
the
different
Minotaur?
No, but it's different letters.
Okay, so you're not the Minotaur.
Like it. all names are letters, and
Hey,
mine are just different letters.
We should hit the road because the world is ending, and we should get on that.
All right.
And once the world ends, letters, you and I can, explore the world, not together, but with each other, separately. We can travel as a group.
But listen,
but do things as individuals. But
you feel things more intensely. I mean, there's no one better to do this research.
Emotions as well. So discomfort and awkwardness also heightened. So let's go.
Just before you go, letters.
Yes, I'm so glad you brought me in back.
Sort of pulls you back aside. You should speak with Serpentis. She's quite broken up about how everything went.
Oh yes, I refresh my memory again.
Well, I understand there was sort of a courtship, and
no, that was the other letters. Remember, there's two of them.
No.
I'm so sorry.
There's a Minotaur.
That was me.
No,
that was me. Please continue.
No, it wasn't. You letters 2.
I'm sorry.
It was letters 1.
That's
And
a
I don't
number.
think-
Well, I've overstepped. I'm so sorry. You have a wonderful day, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Finin,
Thank
it's
you very
good to
much.
see you as always.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I
yep,
didn't
yep,
get
yep.
your name, but I remember from last time, Callie. It's good to see you too.
Seems
Nice
like
to
you've got
see you.
kind of a lockbox up there for names.
That's why I write them down, so
Oh,
I can
smart.
remember them more easily.
Yep. Let's go meet the others and talk about the end of the world
He's
and
rolling
not
up the
about
tiny
sex.
scroll he wrote on and taking it. All right, so you head back out into the city.
Mix of old school propriety and sex positivity on this guy.
That was amazing. That was amazing. I love Amakai so much now.
Amakai is legit. What a ledge.
So you head back out.
Wait, just the nuance of not here, but I'll tell you where you want to go for the freaky shit.
If you need to
want to
find
know about the
freaky
forbidden
shit,
positions?
What a guy.
Rod's hole.
You head back out into the city, where you meet up with Nepentha and Letters, who are heading towards you.
We are all, of course, meeting back up at Uvrod's hole.
Yes,
Favorite
the only
place.
meeting place.
Meet them as you head down the little tunnel to Uvrod's hole.
I'm gonna take a coaster so I can come back later.
Okay. And Uvrod goes, "Hey, those aren't free."
I love it. Rod.
How much are they?
He's got a mushroom brew up
That's
on the
his
table.
fucking catchphrase.
How much is a coaster?
Well, you got to buy one of these.
Oh, the coaster's
Okay,
free with
please
the
don't
beer.
drink
Yeah.
don't drink anything
Drink it.
now.
Drink
But
it
I
down.
just bought it.
No,
Ju-
please.
drink
we
it.
What am I
need
supposed to do with it?
Here's to
give it
Kale,
to
he's
someone.
true blue.
You
He's
nurse
it.
his butt through
You
and
nurse it
through.
while we talk
He's
about
a
it.
bastard, so they say. He tried to go to the heavens, but he went the other way. He went down, down, down,
No,
down, down. It's
God.
too late, Neppy. I've done the chat.
All right. Make
Here's
a
the drink.
Constitution saving throw for me, please.
I'm not gonna give Kale my bonus.
Oh,
He withdraws.
I feel myself become a little less constitute. What's going on? That is a. Do I use a luck point?
We're going
No,
to the plane of
that's-
fire later today. You gotta keep.
I'll sober up. That's a 16.
16. Okay. Goes down smooth. And
Comes up
pretty
spicy.
quickly, you don't feel drunk. But you do start the walls, like the lines start to get a little wavy. And that's where you're at right now.
We all share the information that all us players were this party to.
Finnan. I feel like that needs to play out in a conversation because of what.
Your mic's out, bud.
Yeah, your mic just went out.
Oh, dang.
I read those words.
Yeah, I think
I would say, what would you like for Finnan to keep to himself?
What's his mic? His back.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, there we go.
My foot touched my computer, so everything stopped working.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
the
That's how
classic.
computers
Checks
work. Finnan would. I have the knowledge to make a rudimentary Dawn Prism,
Oh,
which I will share with Serpentis and Magrin via dream when the time is, when I have the moment.
Good.
And I am hesitant to tell any of you this, except maybe Kale. I don't really know how Kale is around. Well, he does jump off shit a lot.
But that's not...
It requires life or souls.
Oh.
Thousands of elves died so that what I am now able to make could work.
Right.
And being a member of Blackwater, I asked if one would suffice if it was powerful enough, and the answer was they don't know.
Right.
I mean,
We can make...
We don't know that the other Dawn Shard wasn't also made with souls.
No.
I mean, Moradin did have access to a lot of
door
transitioning souls.
We can make it better, though. I'm sure. Between Magrin and Serpentis, and I might even rope in... God, I'm being really bad with names right now. Nissa. They had 3 of the greatest minds. We have maybe even Adonis. I don't know how much I want to rope him in. He's got a lot on his plate.
I think I've got something that we may not have considered, in that, as far as my idea of the chronology of Moradin's Forge goes, that Dawn Prism was one of the last things that was made there before the demons moved in, unless I'm mistaken. Which means once that place defrosts a little, we give it. Garion's dead. No one has access to that but us. I think once that cools down, we go back and there may be some old blueprints or something lying around. But it sounds like, as far as this town is concerned, people still have to get their stuff together. Things are in motion, but I think we have to wait and see what comes up. The only question, and I would say we also have to wait for that ice to melt so we can thoroughly dig around. The question is, do we hit up Halora, or do we just go straight to the fire elemental plane and get Garryx on board?
Does Mr. Whispers... Is it like a guarantee that he'll know what you're asking, or is it a risk?
It is a risk, but he deals in secrets.
I have a price I'm willing to pay.
I'm of the mind Mr. Whispers isn't going anywhere.
No.
I think we put faith in the people we have here. In the time it takes us to knock out an elemental plane, they'll come up with something, and then we'll have a better idea of what we're asking Mr. Whispers.
Yeah.
True.
Do I have a good sense of what time it would be in any of the 3 locations? Wolfrine, where's Magrin again? Is she in Wolfrine as well?
No, she's in Searing-Dune.
Searing-Dune.
State of the Forge.
So Wolfrine, Searing-Dune, and right here's a non-starter because I know what time it is here. So Penthus can wait.
It's only been a couple of hours. You've only been in Ceva Aelyria probably about 3 hours total.
Right.
So it's a little later in the afternoon in Wolfrine, and Wolfrine and Searing-Dune are basically on the same time zone. So
that's super convenient for a few. I'm going to convey that. That's in a few hours from now. I can relay the information that I have. Real quick, I might go see Serpentis if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just see how much the ancestor that I spoke to suggested that she might know something. So if I could, if that's not taking up too much time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to come this time. I feel like I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Today felt good, or as good as today can go. So,
we're happy to wait. Finnan, will you go? Of course.
I'll run. I'll be quick.
We can wait here, or we'll wait.
Kettle, now's the time. If ever you want to meet Serpentis, now is the time.
She's lovely.
Oh, Letters, you also might be banned from the Ancestor Crystal Room. It's a long story.
The sex library?
It's not a sex library. It's...
Go, Finnan, go now, or you'll never get to leave.
It's
like
not a sex library.
So you head over
Serpentis.
to Serpentis's tower,
Yeah.
and you see you knock on the door, and she comes down and greets you.
Hi, Serpentis. I'm sorry, this is your second Blackwater visit of the day.
Oh, that's all right.
I spoke with Empress Thyrene today
Oh,
about an implement. How quickly can you fall asleep?
well, fairly quickly, I guess. But I think I may know what you're talking about. I didn't think to look that far back. But here, come. And she kind of brings you up into her study. And she starts flipping through her scrolls, and you can see she pulls out kind of a long tube. I can't believe I didn't think of this. And she kind of rolls it out, and you see on this piece of parchment there is a drawing, a very a fairly precise, almost architectural in nature, like a blueprint for the ziggurat you're talking about that you saw in your dreams.
This is it.
It doesn't have like specific measurements and things like that, but there is sort of a side view and a top view.
This is what I'm looking for, but the cost is so high, Serpentis.
I'm afraid I this scroll was done by my predecessor. I'm afraid I don't exactly know what it does, but it was given to that person by Empress Irene. So
was I given the what was transferred to me? Was I given the aspect of what it does as well?
totally.
Or I can help you understand its function a little better, but I can't do that in the waking world. Not well.
All right. Well, I'll be in my chambers. Heads over to her room.
Okay.
Lies down.
I'll sit down and cast Dream, and as soon as she falls asleep, it'll activate.
All right.
And then in the dream, I'm essentially just gonna shape the room around us in the same vision that was transferred to me, and kind of break down the blueprint and talk about kind of I would basically just to make it smoother in the explanation of how it works.
Totally. Yeah.
Being able to shape the world that we stand in kind of helps.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll be like, we can discuss here. It's no real different. Are you able to refine this and make it eat trees or something?
It seems to be the same principle behind Serosite, of it being a conduit. It appears as though they took that same process and used it to preserve our ancestors. So they did improve upon it somewhat. It seems like it's a more peaceful transition now, but as far as harnessing that much energy to close a rift, from what I understand of the Dawn War, from what you've told me, was the Titans that were involved in.
And they could provide enough energy without anyone dying, correct?
Perhaps. Seems to be perhaps the energy that they harnessed. The prism is merely a conduit. But the Titans breathed life into the world itself.
The world is at stake, and you have an understanding of how to make this. Are you able to get to Sirangdun?
Sirangdun? I've never been to Sirangdun.
If we could take you, would you be willing to help someone who could forge it in the forging of it?
Of course. I'm happy to help in any way I can.
And then Blackwater will provide the power source. The Titans.
All right.
Even the gods.
Yes.
Right. do you need time to pack anything? Because
just I usually have a go bag around.
right,
Never know when
you
you're
are
going
still
to.
sleeping. You can wake up now. And I'm gonna
Kind of steps out. She just opens
You
the
should have
door.
let her start packing in the dream.
such a
Opens
dick
the door.
move.
Wakes
Give
up to
me
find.
about 20 minutes, and she kind of sets to work.
Of course.
Putting together a bag.
Can you meet us at Uvrod's hole? I know
Yes, I don't know what all of
it's
your
so much
obsession with
fun.
that place
There's
is.
these dudes who fight each other with like little smoke angry monsters. It's great.
Yeah,
I
Kale.
mean,
Oh yeah. No, go ahead.
I'm just gonna start sprinting back to. I'm gonna start sprinting back to Uvrod's hole.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so
Kale.
you make this stuff in house? I'm
Oh
talking to
yeah.
Uber.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but
give
it's
you.
a secret. I'm
Well-
not telling you how we make it.
I don't want to make it. I want this at the Dresden Trading Company, and I'm going to give you my. This is the card for Blue Ribbon. I'll set something up, and I would just like to establish that a
Okay,
trade
all
agreement
right.
is being set up.
And to be
between
clear, Uvrod is a dwarf. He's not an elf, like he's not a drow. He's like a darker skinned dwarf with
Mhm.
like kind of like long braids. Oh yeah, absolutely. We can set something up.
Okay, amazing. We'll start that process.
Kale,
But I would like to see what's going on with Kale. Please.
Kale, do you
Kale,
need a
see
hand?
in the corner, like every time you sort of look away out of the corner of your eye, it's like there's like a little man in the corner being like, yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. And just like every time he does that, like his hand kind of detaches and flies at you, and detaches and flies at you.
Kale, do you want it to stop?
I want him to stop.
Is there anybody where he's gesturing?
Make a perception check.
That's gonna be an 18.
There is a guy. There is a guy in the corner, but he just looks like he's like drinking. But like very subtly, you can see him just like kind of moving his hand underneath his other arm, and it's like you don't catch it at first, but then you realize that there is a mage hand, kind of like just behind his drink that is like popping out and like giving a finger.
I do nothing to stop that.
Do you want this to stop? I can get rid of that. What are you feeling right now? We should probably do that. The psychedelic effect does get more intense.
More than this.
As you say that, your lips just like start growing out of your face, and you can see them in front of you.
Perhaps before we get to the fire plane, you say stop. I can make that stop for you.
Maybe this is the journey you have to go on for the forbidden position. This is how you discover them. I'm gonna go up to the guy in the corner and ask him if he knows the way to the forbidden positions. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
What?
Are you the gatekeeper of the forbidden positions?
Yeah, I am. Who told you?
What was his name?
Amachias.
Amachias told me to come find the forbidden positions at Uvrat Hall.
He reaches into his cloak.
No.
And he pulls out a small leather-bound book.
Oh.
He puts it in your hand.
The fuck you guy was a fuck me guy.
Yes. Just be safe, okay?
Okay. I walk back and I sit down. Just hold it.
Letters and I are just sitting there, just like
Letters
I
is
need
oblivious.
I need to know if
Nebby
I
is
need-
watching this
perception.
whole interaction.
Is there actually is there actually a book in his hands?
Kale, take your headphones out. He is in fact holding a book. It is like a leather book. You can see it's kind of just like a relatively small leather bound book. Over here.
We just watch him as he like comes back to the table.
Yeah.
Kayla, you all right?
I did it.
You sure did.
Did
Goddess
what?
Grace, did you ever?
What did you
I-
do?
Dawn Prism is important, but this
This
is the key.
Right.
I'm going to.
You know, we all find purpose in the strangest of places.
Listen, okay. Sometimes it feels like Adonis knows so much more than me, but this is gonna put us on. It's gonna change. It's gonna change the field of the game completely.
That's quite sweet, actually.
Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Callie is going to use her cantrip light.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and weave the ball of light through my hands, and I want to just take the book for a second just to look what's in it and then give it back while I'm weaving light with this hand, if I can do that.
Okay, so first I'll have you make a performance check. This will dictate how well you can kind of weave the light.
I start my bed again.
It's just this little book, just little gremlin in the corner with his new book. Jesus.
The Karma Ultra.
It's very sweet that Kale wants to do that
Ultra.
for Adonis.
Wait, performance?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I got a 23.
Okay, so yeah, you're weaving it pretty well, so you can make a sleight of hand check.
What you doing with that light?
It's like you've got his attention.
It's 18.
Okay, I'll have Kale make what's your passive perception? Actually, you can make a perception check because you are looking at Callie.
It's so bad.
Oh yeah, with that hammer.
Oh,
8.
yeah.
8. Yeah, no, you're just watching. You get like really into the light, and Callie, you managed to take the book very subtly.
Doing that.
What's in the book?
You
I just
open it up.
wanna- Yeah, it's Callie. I fucking
Okay.
opened the
I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no! These are the forbidden positions. He
Oh,
said be safe,
no.
which means they are dangerous.
13 plus 7.
So 20.
Flirty
Yeah.
20.
20, yeah.
Flirty 20. You open them, and immediately they start making very loud noises. And they're like everybody hears them. And you are like, for a very brief moment, your eyes kind of glaze over for a second, and then you sort of snap out of it. And you can see that like the images on the pictures are moving, and there is like a whole mass of bodies kind of writhing on just the few pages that you get a glimpse of before. Do you shut it or do you keep it open?
I snap it back.
Yeah, he snaps it back.
I feel like Finnan skids through the front door right as the moaning starts and is
The
like,
guy that was in the corner has ran out of the, like, he bumps into you as you're coming in, Finn, and he's gone.
"What? Dude. Callie, where'd you get the sex book?
It's my 6th book.
Oh, yeah, that tracks.
Kale's
Hey,
sex book.
good news.
No
See it.
further questions.
No further questions. That's fine. Good news. Thousands of people don't need to die for us to make this thing.
That's wonderful.
We should talk to Garryx, though. That's top of the list.
Yes.
Because that'll be one of the
certainly.
reasons why thousands of people don't need to die.
Certainly.
All
Well,
right, Kale,
good.
you good to teleport in your condition? You look
No,
ready.
no.
I'm not letting him teleport in this condition. Kale, I'm very
Take my
sorry.
hand. Take my hand.
No,
Take
Take
in
his
your
hands.
hand.
Kale.
I take his
I'm going to cast
hand.
lesser restoration on him.
Kale, your sweat smells weird.
It can cure poisoning.
I guess so.
Callie would
I
take his
resist
hand,
it.
baby.
I roll to resist it.
You can't roll to resist it. You can't.
I think it has to be a willing creature that you
Don't
touch.
sober me up.
No, it just says you touch a creature.
I know. If it was a willing creature, there'd be many a time where nephew
Callie
would have been
would
able
be
to
Tried
drunk.
the soul of Callie, and
So you do the psychedelic effects wear off.
Is the book still look the same to me?
Still looks like a book. It's a little less impressive than it was a minute ago, but it's still just a
I
little.
put it in
Tim-
my pocket.
Tim has previously established with Finnan's ability to hear things. Is there any like faint sound coming from the closed book, almost like it's playing at all times?
Very faint. Very, very faint.
Oh, Kale, that's going to be annoying for me. But you know what? Because you're my friend, I'm going to put up with it.
You
I
didn't
like
hear
it
it when you were
more.
outside of it. Like you didn't hear it as you were coming in.
Yeah.
So it's like just
I'm
now
sure-
that you're right next to him.
Yeah.
Why don't you put it in the bag of holding?
We could put it in the bag.
Yeah, you could put it
Yeah,
in the
but that's
bag
going
of
to make
holding, dude.
everything sexy in there, I bet. I bet you anything.
You know what? I can put it in my backpack.
Back, I will show it to you later, but I'm gonna keep it on myself. for now.
I don't need to look at it. I've been around. I know how to carve the stone, okay?
I put my hand on Clack like I saw Finnan do with the crystal, and I go, I am Kale Salad, and I come seeking the knowledge of the forbidden
Can
position.
we go talk to a Titan
gonna
so
have
that
to
we can
come
save the
Please,
world?
Kale,
Like,
you have to take us to the
Kale,
King's
you're-
Alluvium.
Okay,
your
let's go.
your horniness aside, I really think we need to fix the
I've got to
world.
get you back to your boyfriend.
Let's go.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Hell,
you
I
are.
can't believe we haven't had a good talk about this. Did I ever tell you about that time in the spider boat with the barbarian?
All right. So you head to the King's Alluvium. You are familiar with it, so I don't think I have to make you roll. I don't know. Are you very familiar with
He
it?
has a
He took
has
the
an
associated
associated
rock.
object.
Right. So yeah, you
We
arrive-
know
Kale
your
just, like,
tricks, Carlson. We
opens
get
like
coasters
a
wherever
jacket,
we go.
and there's just like a series
Pebble.
of rocks in like pebbles.
Like those,
and
you know how people
pouches.
collect the sand from the beaches and then put the label on the
Around
little
the
glass.
As you find
Mhm.
yourself once again on the large steps at the base of the King's Cauldron, at the
Oh
King's
shit! No!
Alluvium Temple.
For fuck's sake! I'm so dumb.
What?
I fucked up, everyone.
Why
What'd you
did
do?
fuck up?
Listen, all the talk of the sex book, it really threw me off. I did tell Serpenthus to meet us at Uvrad's Hole, and we were going to take her to Ceva Aelyria so she could help make the fucking Dawn Prism. But we're here now.
No. Oh,
Fuck me running.
I can take us back to Ceva Aelyria.
I
Ken?
can't bring us back here today.
Well,
You can't bring us back here today? What's
This
your
is
8th level for?
Listen,
What are you
have an
saving
eighth
that
level?
for?
Oh, you
listen.
have 5th level.
Oh, I know. I
level.
I don't. Hold on. Let me take a look.
I can
here.
get us back to Ceva Aelyria.
Yeah, I guess I could
And
bring us
then
back here.
I can get us to Searang Dune, and then Kale can get us back here, and then we'll all just be
Yes.
juicy and
How
tapped.
will you get us back to Ceva Aelyria, Neppy?
Plane shift. Up and down.
Oh,
But then we will have to rest before we go to the fire.
I think we should probably rest anyway. We've spent a lot of sending and stuff, and I feel like it's going to be a
Been
bit of a
awake for
challenge.
like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let's just send her a message. Tell her
she's
to
gonna-
hold
She's
off
never
coming to
been
Uvert's
here.
Hole. No, we'll go back and get her tomorrow.
We might be in the fire plane for
He's
our
not gonna
time.
be thrilled.
All right.
There is already.
Let's go get her.
Right. All right. I'm going to take us
I'm
back to
sorry. I'm sorry. I fucked up. It was really
No.
distracting to come into the bar with just all of the sex noises.
Yes, it's all right. Here we go. Back up and down. Everyone, don't break the grip. We're going to do this very quickly. Here we go. One-
Wait.
Big grip.
As long as we're here, we
Oh,
should
God.
fucking talk to the guy. Like,
the high priestess.
yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
who knows
Without
what this guy is
Serpenthus.
gonna say? He might want a sex book or something. Like, we're already here. Let's deal with
Right.
this,
Okay. So
and
if we're
then
going
we'll
in,
fucking
if we're going
clean up the
inside-
mess or whatever the fuck.
if we're going inside, I can get audience with High Priestess Doomwing. However, there will be a need for a sense of decorum. Please.
Clack, I'm gonna need my one outfit with sleeves.
I think I've also solved the like up down here go puzzle. Is we go talk to this guy, get permission to go to the fire plane, then Kale teleports us to Ceva Aelyria. We get Serpenthus. Letters teleports us to Searang Dune, and then Neppy, you plane shift us to the fire plane.
The problem with that is that I don't know where we'll go. The one thing is that we could potentially, they may have a portal here. That was the point.
We step through the portal. Bing bang boom. Does that work? I don't know. Fuck. Yeah.
Hey,
Look,
it's all right. We're figuring it out. Point is, we won't know until we know. So everyone,
We
put on
should-
your sleeves, put on your coats,
I have met
put away your
High-
polar bears, and let's
I
go
I
have
talk
have
to
met
this
High
guy.
Priestess
Can someone send a
Doomwing.
real quick sending to
Yes, I can do that.
Serpenthus and just
Well,
let
you
her
know how to
that
send.
we're-
You did that earlier today.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Hey, Relevant, do you have any means to like contact anyone in Ceva Aelyria for me. I just need to really save face here, bud.
Doesn't really.
Yeah, no, I
look
didn't
like
think so.
that, Finnan.
I'm gonna cast.
Oh,
some-
I've got such a headache right now because of all the sound of that sex book. It really did me in. Can't send right now. I'm sorry.
I will send to Serpentis. Serpentis. Sincerest apologies. We've encountered a slight delay to meeting you at Uvrots. Rest assured, we'll meet you at your tower very soon to take you to meet Megran. I'm elated for that meeting.
You hear back. Of course. No problem. What's up?
As that's sending, Neppy pulls out like the like dressiest, like she's got her shawl on, like she's got like like you watch Neppy take out this like very large prayer shroud. It hooks up over her horns. There's like iconography of Nephthys. It's like this is like prim proper. Neppy goes and is doing her high priestess job. Right. Are we ready to go put on a good show in front of someone who probably wants very little to do with us?
I changed my clothes with illusion to look really nice. It's like a 3-piece suit.
Right. Okay, here we go. And we walk up to the King's Illusion.
All right, you walk up the large temple steps and like past the massive columns, and you can see that like on each column there is on either side there's a gold dragon and a red dragon head kind of facing out as you head through this kind of large hallway into the open inside of the King's Illuvium, and that is where we're going to take our break.
There she is.
Wow. Okay. Thank you everyone so much for hanging out with us in the first half. Our break is a tight 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
8 minutes. So please go grab yourself a beverage, grab yourself some snacks, and come on back and hang with us and watch how we really try not to mess up
How many more spell slots can we burn on sending?
How many more spell slots? Cody, roll that clip. Roll
It's
a break.
like back in the
Roll
day
it.
where
Roll a
you had to
break.
pay for each text individually.
Racking up a phone bill.
Oh hey guys, it's me, Adam, and I'm here to talk to you about the sponsor for tonight's episode, Legendcraft. Legendcraft is a Canadian woodworking company that makes D&D and tabletop gaming tables and accessories. They are a couple of passionate crafters that create items that will instantly become a highlight of any tabletop or RPG player's game night. An absolute favourite of mine is the Mountain King board gaming table. This table is bonkers cool, looking like it is straight out of a Dwarven King's Hall. It's really unlike anything I've ever seen. We feel really good about endorsing this Canadian business that brings so much passion into something we care so deeply about. So head over to their Instagram at legendcraft.ca to have a look at what they're making and let them know that Blackwater sent you. And if any of you fall in love with any of their amazing products, you can go to their website and use the promo code Blackwater for 5% off. It supports a Canadian business and also helps support our stream in this crazy D&D game we love. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the show.
We're back.
Welcome back. Let's talk more
Tim's
about
not
this
here.
book. No,
Tim's
it's fine.
not
I'll be the
here.
GM. So
No, no,
The
no.
book-
No, the book has to be secret for
As many other
Sorry, I was just
books.
looking at the book. All right. So as you head into the King's Alluvium, you can see this kind of massive cavernous space inside the side of this volcano. You can see it's been reinforced with some kind of metal archways that kind of reinforce this cavern. You can see on the floor, there's an intricate design of canals, small canals, almost like little streams that you can see form the shape of Garryx, and it's all running lava.
Holy fuck.
And running throughout. So it's quite hot in here. Not totally unbearable, but for those of you wearing armor, it definitely is a little uncomfortable. And you can see there's a number of folks kind of scattered throughout, kind of knelt down next to the lava. And it seems to be some of them are praying of a kind and dropping things into the lava. And you can see there's a number of priests and priestesses kind of tending to different parts of the flow. You can see where the lava gets kind of stuck up. Watch them kind of push and break up the lava stream so it continues down. And in the latter half of the cavern, probably goes for maybe 250 feet. You can see there's a large statue of Garryx. And you can see the two heads, and it looks like it's mostly gold, and you can see that the other side has been painted with some kind of red and inlaid with red gems. And as you head towards there, I assume?
Yes.
Mhm.
yeah, I would like to keep an eye out for the fellow we met on the road. To here.
Yeah. You make a perception check.
Can do. It's 26.
Yeah, you see Dex. You can see he's standing with another priest, and you can see he's in what look like acolyte robes. And he's like, oh, hi. And he kind of, you see him kind of like turn to the priest, and the priest is like, and he kind of heads over. Hey,
Dex.
how's it going?
Oh, it's been, 3 days since we saw you?
Yeah. How did everything go?
Oh, it's been a long 3 days, Dex. Honestly, in the time of 3 days, I've forgotten how much I told you what we were doing, so... Did I share a lot with you? Did I kind of put too much on your plate? I feel like I was
No.
stressed out in the moment.
No, I got that sense. Seemed like it was pretty high stakes.
It always is. These are my friends. You've met Gail, of course, but this is Neppy, Callie, and Letters and Clark.
Hi.
It is an honor. And I wink to Neppy.
And you see him, he kind of bow, he's like a bronze dragonborn. So he kind of bows, kind of confused.
Importantly, this is the High Priestess, Nepentha Lightkeeper of Nepthisaket. I know you've just started your acolytedom, but we're here to meet. Is it
Priestess.
Doomwing?
High Priestess of the Coria Doomwing.
Yeah, we're here to
I-
meet.
I seek an audience with her.
I will go and ask the Cauldron Keeper.
That'd be great.
If it is too much, I am happy to walk over and ask for myself.
Yeah, you can pass it off the line, you know.
Sure, yeah. He's just over there by the statue. That's Cauldron Keeper Bagaz.
Bagaz, thank you for the introduction.
Yeah,
I appreciate
of course. It's great to meet you all.
Good job.
Kind of bows to the High Priestess.
I would notice, like, I feel like the sense of an acolyte just starting their journey is quite ubiquitous.
You've met this person before.
I know this person. Is he wearing like very simple like acolytes robes and stuff like that?
Kind of ill-fitting. Like it seems like he just got them.
I look at him and I go, the journey is long, but is worth it every step of the way.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Mind your prayers. That's always a good start.
Right.
Rex, can I just use you for a second? Can you just stand close to me? I'm just going to use them as kind of a human shield, and I'm going to summon my sword so that no one really sees me do it. Thanks, bud. Then I'm gonna wear it on my back so that the teeth and the seal are very visible.
Okay. Yep.
As we go, I also went over to the guy and I say, "We walk with shoes, but they can't walk on their own." And I look to Neppy, and because I'm just following her lead here, and then I pat him on the back and I follow the rest.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I gotta go.
You're doing wonderfully, Letters.
Runs back as you guys head in.
This is wonderful.
That is so fucking deep, man.
It's reverence, dude. I learned a lot in my time in Katana.
He doesn't even wear shoes.
No, but Clack, they can't walk on their own.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Just Neppy's just like one of these and is just walking forward over to the Cauldron Keeper.
Your wisdom dump stack, dude.
Callie and Neppy, the only one with decent wisdom in this party. And Clack, obviously. Clack has the highest wisdom out of all.
So you arrive at, you see the Cauldron Keeper, or who you assume to be the Cauldron Keeper.
Mm-hmm.
You can see his robes are quite a bit finer, and you can see he's carrying like a large, more ornate version of like the sticks that folks are using to kind of break up the lava flows. It looks like you can see the metal on the end is kind of pronged and flat, and it looks like it's silverish in color, and his is a lot more decorative.
I bow my head. Cauldron Keeper Beggars.
That is me, yes.
Hello.
Yes.
My name is High Priestess Nepentha Lightkeeper.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Yourself as well. I come seeking an audience with High Priestess Thecoria Doomwing.
Oh, well,
if she is available.
I will see to it right away, High Priestess.
Thank you very much.
And you see the green dragonborn kind of turns and heads around behind the statue. Probably about 10-15 minutes go by before he comes back around.
While he's gone, I look at the party and I go, very, very quietly. Can I make a perception check to see if anyone is listening to us? Sure. I'm going to cast guidance on myself as I do so. All right, that's going to be a 28.
You do see some folks are looking over at you. You guys kind of stick out as far as like most of the folks who are praying here look like farmers. Like as the surrounding area is mostly farmland, between the sort of jungle and the temple, it's all farmland. So you guys stick out quite a bit. So folks are watching, but it doesn't seem like anybody's actively trying to like eavesdrop.
If we're worried about people listening in, Letters, can you do the thing that makes us be able to talk without others hearing?
I feel like it'd be awkward for me to do an incantation in this room.
This is just very quickly.
Yeah.
Kelly and I were present when her sister died. So she was an agent of Zekis. So that might come up in this conversation. While Kelly and I were not the ones who dealt the killing blow, it wasn't that battle. So just be aware.
Neppy, I know you're high priest and all, and that's kind of in. Should I maybe take the lead on the talking for this one because I wasn't present when her sister died?
Perhaps I will do the starting points
Yeah.
as the religious figure, but then if there comes a question of asking, yes, might be a good play for that.
I'll prep my brain for that. Right.
Good talk, everyone. Okay.
Oh, that's awkward.
And Neppy just
I thought I knew the name Doomwing before, and I was like, Doomwing's come up before, and it wasn't.
yeah.
We haven't talked to this person ever.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Because was that Yana killed? Who did Torrin kill? Oh, the giant.
The Chaos Elemental, yeah.
No, the stone
Goliath.
boy, the Goliath.
Oh, the Goliath.
Or the stone
Kiva
woman.
Flintland. Yeah.
And Callie killed Torrin. Let's go.
Everyone
it
was involved in
always
Torrin's
comes
death.
back. It always comes back.
Yeah,
I didn't
so
make the joke that time and wasn't going to.
I know.
So you did that to yourself.
You'd watch his Neppy.
Yeah,
Is
it's
like
okay. Torrin killed Torrin. Sorry.
It's true.
Neppy's got like the grave seriousness on her face when she has this moment with you guys, and then all of a sudden it's just turned back on. Like High Priestess mode is turned back on, and she turns back around to wait for Bagaz to come back.
Yep.
So Bagaz comes back around and he kind of right this way
Thank you so much.
gestures and leads you in behind into a smaller chamber. You can see there's kind of a small stone archway that leads into a back chamber. It's quite a bit hotter back here, as you can see the lava flows out of the wall beside that archway. There's that's where the rivulets kind of start and go around. And as you head in, like I said, it's quite a bit hotter in here, as there are kind of along the sides of this walkway and into kind of the circular chamber. It's all surrounded with that lava. And you see an older red dragonborn. You can see she's sitting at a large table. There's a few kind of candles set out. She kind of gestures for you all to sit.
Oh, I do.
Likewise.
As we sit, I lean to Neppy and go, just give me the signal and I got your back.
I nod.
The Cauldron Keeper kind of bows his head and heads back out, so it's just you and Thecoria. Or you all and Thecoria.
High Priestess, it is... I would first like to say thank you for taking audience with us on such short notice. My apologies for not calling ahead of time.
No, of course, it is our duty to give other high priests and priestesses their due.
That
What
is
has
most
brought you
appreciated.
all to our temple?
Well, it is quite a long story, but I will do my best to make it brief.
And I would spend the next little bit discussing essentially what we're aiming to do, the recent history, our work that we've been called to rally the Titans, and that we seek to find Garryx and speak with him. And I suppose, as none of us have been to the fire plane before, I was wondering if there was potentially any insight or passage that we may seek under your blessing.
I can grant you passage here. This temple straddles the fire plane and the material plane. If that is what you wish, you will be led into the King's Alluvium in the walled city of Tyne.
The walled city of Tyne.
Yes.
Right. Do you have any sense of where Garryx slumbers?
I have never been there, but the belief is that Garryx lies at the source of the River Incendio.
River Incendio.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
It is a river that runs right through the middle of the walled city. You will need to find a ship and a crew to travel upriver.
Ah. So follow the river. Find him.
That is the belief. As I said, I have never been close to the source. But as legend go, the River Incendio itself comes from Garryx himself.
Right. I'm wondering if there is any credence. In our travels, we have been collecting information as best we can about the Titans, and one piece of information that was dropped about Garryx that sticks out in my mind is I know that he was sentenced, for lack of better words, to slumber in the fire plane after the Dawn War. And I was told that waking him, he would be awake for 1,000 years.
Garryx was not sentenced to slumber. He works on cycles of slumber and wakefulness. However, if he is stirred from slumber, it is believed he will remain awoken for 1,000 years. And he will not hesitate to restore balance in the natural world where he sees fit.
Understood.
You wish to bring him to the material plane?
Yes.
I will tell you.
Yes.
Should he return to the plane of fire, his presence will still be felt on the material plane once he is awoken.
I can imagine that having all of the Titans come back to somewhere that they have been barred to for over 2,000 years will leave quite a change.
Yes, perhaps.
Do you have any hesitations to us doing what we have been tasked to do?
It is not for me to say. It is merely a choice that you decide to make.
I am appreciative of the time to speak with you. I wished to have audience with you before we simply went to the fire plane to do such. It seemed very pertinent to me to speak with someone so connected.
It is a shame we have not had a chance to speak sooner.
Apologies.
It's all right. I shudder to think your perception of our faith after encountering my sister.
Faith is faith. That I understand.
Yes. But my sister was a zealot. And her actions drew chaos and brought things out of balance. And for that, I apologize on her behalf.
That is exceedingly gracious of you, Sequoia. If I may be as familiar.
You may. Do you wish to travel to the plane of fire today?
I would look to the group.
Yeah.
We will be transported into a city, you said?
Yes. The walled city of Tyne.
Tyne.
Nappy, could you take us down and up? Like,
How so?
because you said you could do an up-down to get us to Ceva Aelyria. Could we go to Fire Elemental Plane through whatever means we'd go through here, and then go back to Ceva Aelyria, then Sirangdu, and then back up?
We would be honored to travel today, as time is of the utmost importance. Give us a moment to collect ourselves, and then graciously we would take the portal.
That was really impressive letters. Well done.
You watch as she turns as you're talking. She brings up her hand, and you can see the lava seems to just move in concert with her hand as she smears it across the back wall, and you see it kind of shudder for a moment, and then a kind of reddish aura emits as this portal is created. Whenever you are ready.
Okay, huddle up, team. Huddle up.
Yeah.
I think we just message Serpenthus and say, you look at what you can do for a couple days. I don't want to go into a fire plane with both Kale and I down our top slots. You know what I mean?
True. I think
could also be the case. The second that I am in the city of Tyne, I can get us back there.
Oh, yeah, because you got the thing.
I do.
Yeah. I also think the sooner we get started on making the Dawn Prism, the better. It's big. It's like a ziggurat.
Yeah. But, I mean, we got a lot more Titans to do. There's going to be time to take things. I think that window, next time we're in the material plane, then we'll take her over. But I think, here's the thing. If we get on a ship and it's like, oh, time to do sleepy, I'll tell you from personal experience, you can teleport back to the same room on the ship. If everything goes well, then it's just a few more hours that Serpenthus has to wait. But if everything goes wrong, then we'll be very glad that we still have those slots.
It seems like there's going to be some traveling involved. You're not wrong.
Yep.
So you would like me to message Serpenthus now and tell her to wait?
I'll do it this time.
Are you sure?
Yeah. What do I... that's fine.
Right.
Third. Oh, up to a fourth. Very good. Hey, Serpenthus.
That's 3. Yeah.
That's for sure a word. That sigh is a word.
Blackwater. Things are happening. We will... Tell you what. Please keep studying the prism. Hopefully, tonight we'll be there, maybe in days.
You hear back. Okay. That's it.
Damn it.
As Cowboy, it's a spell that has only a certain amount of words that can be sent.
I look at
The joys of sending.
I look at letters if he relays.
She says it's okay.
Right.
Step through lava.
I turn back to the Coria.
In the future, I would love something that has been... We at my temple have spent a long time locked away, thinking that our work is best done behind the doors in service of her grace, and to that, I think that it is time for a change. I am not sure if you have heard yet, but we are convening a council of high priests and priestesses from across all of Terrace, and I would be honored if you would be there.
I would be honored to be there.
It will be in Wolfreen in hopefully a month's time.
Very well.
I will send word.
Excuse the impropriety, but good or bad, what is the Church of Garryx, if that's the correct term? What's the relationship with Tiamat and like the other draconic, like Bahamut and whatnot?
We believe in balance. Garryx falls in between.
Oh, that's awesome.
He is older than Tiamat and Bahamut. He was here long before them, and we believe he will be here long after they are gone.
Has word reached you that Tiamat is dead?
It had not.
Tiamat is dead. There's also there's a third child of Io. Unity. Also a being of balance. Perhaps Garryx and Unity can be friends.
Yes, it sounds like they have aligned their values. Well, I would love to hear more about Unity when there is more time
of course,
available.
I just felt like you should know that Tiamat is dead. That felt like a really big world thing that was pressing for you. Yep. There's a new God of Greed task. It's a whole thing. We can talk later.
Very well.
Wonderful.
Before we jump into the pool of fire, I will remove my sleeves because it's going to be hot down there.
It is already getting hot. Those of you wearing armor are really starting to feel it.
My armor gives resistance to fire damage.
Yes, it's less so because it doesn't have sleeves.
I also have resistance to fire damage because I'm a tiefling.
I'm just fucked.
Callie is
I'm a
sweating.
sweaty boy.
Yeah.
My
Kale is sweating.
I extend my hands to Thecoria to shake hers.
She takes your hand.
And I nod my head and clasp my hands in hers. I look forward to the next time I see you. I will send word when we are. Would you be able to travel to Wolfreen? Is that something possible? All right.
Yes.
I will send word when we are close.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Good luck on your journey.
Blessings, High Priestess. Thank you.
She bows her head.
Item number 3.
Shall we?
As we walk, yeah.
You head in through the portal, and you feel yourself immediately hit with a much more intense wave of heat as you step through into a similar chamber. But this room is fully constructed out of metal. As you walk through, you see a similar layout before you, a similar chamber kind of heading out, almost a mirror image of the same temple, although this one is completely constructed out of metal. As you walk through, you see a number of priests and things like that. As you make your way out of the temple, down similar steps into the walled city of Time.
Neppy, can you let me know when we can stop being reverent? Because I'm going to need to pop this shirt off eventually. It is fucking hot.
Well, let's get outside the temple first before we take off clothing, shall we?
Yep.
It feels like my eyes are sweating.
Yeah.
They probably are.
It's honestly really good for you because we were somewhere really cold and now we're somewhere really hot. It's like a whole thing. It's like kind of like shocks your body into a state of like regrowth and stuff. It's quite good for you. It's a lot of the latest doctors have been talking about it.
So as you head,
I was gonna tell her about the shoes and the feet. Damn it!
you head down the temple steps. You can see this fairly large city. You can see it is encircled by huge metal walls. And there is a very large river of lava running right through the city. And you can see that it runs right under this temple. You can see there are a number of large giants moving about the city, and as well as a Freeti, which some of you you've read about, fire genies. As well as a number of other folks. There seem to be dragonborn, lizard folk. There's a number of small creatures that have kind of bright orange skin. You can see them moving about, as well as dwarf-like people with kind of flaming heads. It seems to be fairly bustling, And you can see that the river has also been, as it kind of comes through the city, canals have been built off of it that run through other parts of the city. So there are all of these lava canals, and you can see some of them connect to forges. You can see that seems to be that like the main thrust of the city is smithing and production. You can see a number of these river lava canals run right into what look like furnaces, and you can hear the kind of ringing of hammers throughout the city. There's quite kind of a din, and you can see near where the lava comes in, there is large gates. Like there's a large gate that kind of goes over top of the river, and you can see it kind of opening occasionally for ships that kind of head out, these metal bottom ships.
Do we see any fire genasi here?
Yes, you also see
Amazing.
fire genasi.
So as we walk, Finnan's hair like lifts a little bit and becomes like flame-like, and I'm just gonna cast Alter Self to become a fire genasi, so that the heat doesn't bother me anymore. Like, oh yeah,
Yes,
so much better.
Callie and Kale. Actually, Callie, Kale, and Letters. I'll need you to make Constitution saving throws. Letters, yours is not at disadvantage. Oh no, you have resistance to fire.
Because of my cool bronze shit that
You're
Flora
fine. So it's
gave
just
me.
Letters, or it's just Callie and Kale at this moment. Constitution saving throws for me, please.
At disadvantage or
Just this one. This first one is just a regular roll.
Is this due to armor?
Yes.
Isn't Neppy also in armor?
Fire resistant.
She's fire
Oh yeah,
resistant.
yeah,
She's a
yeah, 'cause
tiefling.
you a
Yeah.
tiefling.
Hot-blooded baby.
Oh, this is little
24.
demon skin.
24.
I rolled a
Mhm.
2, so I got an 8.
All right, so Kale, you have spent some time in some hot places.
Yeah, I guess.
And the heat, while it is intense, you are managing. You know kind of how to manage it and conserve your energy. Callie, you are dying from the heat. This is more heat than you've experienced ever in your life, and it is very uncomfortable. And you gain a level of exhaustion.
Fuck yeah, dude.
As you even just heading down the steps, you can feel the weight of your armor feels exponential.
I
So-
would watch as Callie.
I would simply try and hide it.
All right, make a deception check.
My passive insight is 20.
I rolled 17 plus deception 9.
So you're +9 to deception, you said?
Yeah, 17
you-
plus
6?
9.
Yeah. Callie seems fine.
Okay.
She's just a little sweaty, but she seems fine.
Yeah.
So the second we would get outside of the temple, Neppy would unclip one of her outer skirts, and that just comes off. Like it's hot. Neppy's like moving light, as it were. So extra skirt goes in the bag.
You're also used to living in a desert, so
I
the
do.
heat
I
is
live in
not.
the middle of a very dry
It is quite a bit
desert.
more humid here than dry. It's much more humid heat. So that is a little bit different.
Neppy takes that
but-
giant mop of hair and just like whoop, bun on the top of the head. Still sweaty, but not
Is
as much.
Kale having any like half remembered memories of Jabin and his time in the desert?
Hot desert.
Y'all should just be fire genasi. It's really awesome. It feels great here.
So, if we are to travel up to the top of the River Incendio, we need a boat. We will need
Yeah.
passage. If we are to
You
go.
can
Can we see the river? Like how far it goes?
Yeah, oh
up?
yeah, like the river extends beyond the city as far as you can see.
Is the river
Um,
lava?
Yes, the
Yeah.
river is entirely lava.
That makes sense.
And
It
you
is
can
hot.
see like the banks of the river, there is kind of jungle beyond. And as far as you actually make a perception check to see how far you can see.
Can I also make a perception check?
Yep.
I'll cast guidance on myself as I do so.
30.
26.
Sure. So you can see kind of just in the distance, like at the edge of your sight of where you can see the river flows. You can see that like some of the jungle has cleared out, and there looks to be maybe a village. And you can see boats all along. It looks like there's a lot of fishing boats. And you can see also in the canal, like near where it comes into the city, the river comes in. There is a harbor and a bridge that kind of goes across. So there's a number of ships there, as well as smaller buildings that don't look like forges. They look like maybe taverns and things like that, kind of around the harbor.
Well, if we do wish to rest and have access to all of our magic before we leave, here would be the place to do it.
I reckon we can rest on the boat.
True. Shall we make it our goal today to charter passage? We have enough party funds.
Yeah, you there, big fella, I say in Giant, and I'd love to just ask around about where we can get a boat, because I speak Giant.
And looks over at you. You looking for a boat?
Yeah, we want to go upriver.
Over there. And he just points at the harbor.
Hey, thanks very much, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Continues on.
Sweet. That's the harbor.
Right. Shall we?
Yeah.
All right. So you head down into the harbor. As you move through, you can see a number of ships being kind of offloaded. You also see, with your passive perception, you see a number of folks who don't necessarily look native to the plane. You can see them kind of like conducting business and things like that. It seems that like this is a bit of a trade hub. But you also see a handful of devils moving through. And
could I see? Could I pull aside one of the people who are obviously not from around here?
Sure.
And just sort of, excuse me, my friend. I don't want to make any assumptions, but you also look like you're visiting.
What gave you that impression? Of course.
I'm very astute. Very astute.
Dying. Oh, it's so fucking hot.
That's actually what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Do you know of any way that sells anything that helps with this, or anywhere that I could get something that prevents me from actually dying?
I mean, you could ask around at some of the taverns, I suppose. Not really many sort of potion or magic shops.
Okay. Well, I just thought you might.
I mean, some
know.
of the boats. I know they have magic users to cool down the boats, so I'm sure they have something.
That would be something worth looking at. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I feel like I might catch on fire.
What was your name?
Kale. And yours?
My name is Bumbo.
Bumbo.
Fuck off.
Yes, Bumbo. Yes.
The best part of that was Jim went, my name is, and then you settled on Bumbo.
That's what my name has always been.
Bumbo of the Wolfar Bumbos?
No. We don't. My people come from Tielmo. We don't care for the Wolfrinian Bumbos. Family conflict long time ago. Don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to touch
if you're ever in Tielmo, look me up.
I will do. Thank you so much, Bumbo. And then I'll make my way back up to the rest of the group.
I'm gonna lean over to Finnan, actually, and I go,
When you like. You're the best at doing the dealing. I'll make it so you can speak the language.
Oh, I can do that myself.
You have tongues as well?
Yeah, we were saying, Bray, I was going to say, you're really good at dealing with, like, dignitaries, and I'm really good at dealing with, like, alley scum, and, like, yeah, like port trash, and, like, that's kind of...
Port trash?
Yeah, you know, the people who, like, stab you in the face if you say the wrong thing. They're the best kind of people.
Perhaps we try and find the most reputable person.
Oh, of course.
I'd rather not have to keep one eye open as we travel up here. As I like,
you're gonna get all the best deals, Snappy.
I like clock the devils that are walking around.
Oh no, obviously not. They're hell spawn.
I feel like Kelly wouldn't be able to not clock the devils. Like she wouldn't be able to clock anything but the devils.
Yeah, you see. The devils you see a winged devil, and it's fairly large, kind of curling horns, and it's with a kind of a cohort of chain devils, which you've seen before. But you see them kind of like they seem to be going about business. You can see the devil is kind of standing over a cart of weapons, talking to a fire giant. and seems to be like they're kind of haggling over price.
Tell you what, Neppy. You cast tongues on yourself. I'll cast tongues on myself because you're really good at telling when people are, full of shit, and I'm good at being full of shit.
Right.
So together we make an unstoppable duo of social etiquette.
Could I also throw in my abilities here to ask around in Giant, to hopefully using my wonderful investigatory abilities to find us an ideal person to get Finnan to talk to?
Okay.
That sounds like a wonderful
And you're
idea.
looking to talk to who's like...
Someone who charters ships. We're looking to charter a ship.
Sounds good.
Charter a ship.
Shot all over a ship.
Charter chip.
That's why we need to talk to the alley scum and the port trash.
Charter the ship.
No one else is going to let us shot on their ship.
Look, I'll tell you, if you drink the water in the fire plane, you're going to charter your chips.
All right. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
It's going to be 28. This yellow guy today is my friend.
Spicy.
Best friend.
So you head
Letter's just
over
feeling
to...
moralized today.
You
It's
feel
good.
pretty confident, and you find there's like a number of sailors kind of moving about the harbor, but you do find kind of a group of, there's like a fire giant. It looks like a mix of crews, and you see they're gambling. They've got like some dice set out on the thing, and you kind of saunter over to them, and as they're all sort of laughing, and you see coin is being exchanged, and
I just I like wave Finnan over, being like this.
I got this.
I'm going to cast tongues on myself.
Do you say what species are they?
There's a mix. There's
cool.
There's a few fire newts. There is an azer.
Hell yeah, fire newts.
Fire giant. Yeah.
They're like fire patch, but also salamanders.
Yeah.
I'll cast tongues on myself, and I'll step forward. Hi there, friends. What are we playing here? We're gambling some.
Oh yeah.
Great. We're looking for passage, some guaranteed coin in your pockets, not risking it to chance, if you know what I mean. We look to find our way up the source of the river.
You're going to the source.
We are, yeah.
This guy.
This guy indeed. So which of you, wonderful folk, feel up for the challenge?
The azer kind of like stands there like this. Oh, you're gonna need a crazy crew for that. I'd go talk to Pyre.
Pyre.
We'll do a shipwright.
And now, is Pyre a reasonable man, willing to offer a good deal?
He knows all the crews. They all go to Pyre to fix their boats. He's the guy to talk to.
And none of you gentlemen want to take on the job?
No way I'm going that far upriver. Maybe this idiot. Fire giant kind of was like, ugh, no way.
Why is that?
River too unpredictable.
Oh,
too
it's
choppy.
the natural state of the river, not any like beasts or monsters, or maybe a fear of Garryx himself.
He's asleep.
Well,
I would be afraid of some of the creatures, though.
Right.
Especially the eels get bigger the farther you go up.
Eels, you say?
Oh yeah, fire eels.
Great to know.
They're
Are they good eating?
delicious. Oh
yeah, I was. Look, same brain here. I really think that we'd make a good team, and you'd really have a good trip with us up this river. But I do
find it a bit weird that you don't know about fire eels being a fire genasi.
I'm not a fire genasi. I've used magic to make myself a fire genasi, so I don't have to deal with the heat.
Oh.
This is what I look like, and I'm gonna alter self back to fit in. Like, if you excuse me, like, go back to the fire genasi. It's really hot here, guys, and like I'm enjoying it while I'm like this, but my fleshy shit body can't even handle it. So I'm glad I'm able to do this, huh?
This feeling is a bit cold today, but
well, you don't say. I was literally just the other day in Stygia, and let me tell you about cold. It was wild. I flew through Garry's chest, and there is no cold like it.
So Pyre, we're looking for Pyre.
Yeah, let's go talk to Pyre.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
So you head over to Pyre.
There are straight up devils around. Let's not advertise that we did Archdevil side.
I want to advertise the fact that if they're worried about fighting conditions, we can take care of ourselves. And also, I look at all they're all like fiery devils, right?
Yeah.
I doubt many of these devils here owe their allegiance to Garyan, and the way the hells work, as I understand it, is not a lot of shared love between the levels.
I mean, you know gutter trash, so I'll defer to your
it was
your knowledge of demon politics.
It was an educated risk.
Sure.
Let's go see
All
Pyre.
Right. So you head over to Pyre, and you head in, and you can see there's a number of fire newts kind of working on ships. And you you head into the back office, where you can see there is a large kind of metal workbench laid out, and you can see Pyre is kind of standing over a metal map of part of the river, and you can see he's kind of like he's got like a little. Almost like a chisel, and he's kind of like hammering things out as he's looking at it. And you can see he's got a stack of these metal maps kind of next to him. He sort of looks up. What can I do for you?
Pyre, we are looking for passage up the river to the source. You know any crew crazy enough to take that on?
You want to go to the source?
We do.
Oh, God. Oh, that's a good one. That's good. Where are you going?
He's
source.
being truthful, sir.
Do you know a crew
Okay.
willing to make that
right.
trip?
All right. Oh, sure. You want to go to the source. All right. Yeah, there's a few crews that'll probably do it.
Which of those few crews are the most reputable?
Well, it depends on how much money you want to spend, but, well, I don't know about reputable. I don't think you're going to find any reputable crew that's going to want to go to the source. But,
no one wants to take a chance at meeting Garryx himself.
Why would they do that? A big
I thought
dragon.
I thought sailors were adventuring crew that want to, tell stories.
Oh, sure. You go to the taverns, you hear all kinds of stories about sailors who've made it to the source. I guarantee none of them have been that far.
Okay.
But they all like to talk a big game. Anyway,
Good to know.
there's a few crews. I'd say, I mean, you could hire a fire nuke crew that'll pretty much go anywhere. Can't guarantee they'll get you back, but they'll go pretty much anywhere.
That's not an issue.
There's an Azer crew that's pretty good.
Azer?
Azer, yeah, those fellas with the fireheads.
Oh.
And there's one fire giant. He's a bit of an oddball.
That's the one. We don't need another list. That's 100%. That's the guy for sure.
All right, he won't be the cheapest. He'll probably be the
What's-
most
what's his
expensive,
name?
But his name's Infernus.
Oh, hell yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
pretty
This
good.
is
That's
the guy.
pretty cool.
No doubt about
Yeah,
it.
he's got quite the
will-
boat too.
Absolutely. That sounds great. Thank you so much for your time, Pyre. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, you tell him Pyre sent you, and I'll get a
Okay.
commission, so that's all good.
That's great. As we step outside, and we'll be like, Fire Giant sounds great. He did say we can pay for a one-way trip because we don't need a return journey, and the fire newts might not be able to get us back, which is not an issue for us.
The last time we hired a one-way trip, we got a forever enemy who now works for the Matron of Vengeance.
Yeah, but the fire newts seem like it's their whole thing.
I'm sorry, what?
That's the one who's been trying to kill
Cordelia.
us, Cordelia. It's a long story. She was kind of
partially
shithead about it.
responsible for.
I don't know if we'd say that.
No.
There's a.
Don't even get me started on Cordelia. We paid for one
We
way
paid
trip.
for her. Also, DM Dingbat, thank you for the raid.
She knew what she
We
was
paid
getting
for
into, and she
her
got
services.
so sassy about it.
She's got. Well,
We
You'll
didn't
know
even
how
pay
I
for a
feel.
one-way trip. We paid for a two-way trip.
with extra.
We paid danger fee. Like, we fucking... Let's go see Infernus.
Like, unless these newts have like an even cooler nickname or actual name.
My head
than
is...
fucking
What are the newts?
Infernus.
What are the newts' names? Is that of interest?
Oh, they're the Newt crew.
Oh, that's That sounds fun. I'm gonna put. They're the Newt crew.
Pyre is a fire newt as well.
Okay.
I'm obsessed with him.
They're a Newt crew. The Newt crew. I like that.
Why
That's
don't we
got
go see
spunk to it.
Infernus and also
Yeah.
the Newt crew, and we can decide if they're available. We don't know if both of them are going to be available, so we can go and try and see.
All right.
Was Pyre
Money's-
speaking to me in common or in?
Actually, no. Pyre does speak common. Yeah,
Okay.
he speaks common. Most of the other fire newts, though, just speak.
Gonna be speaking
like Ignis.
Ignan, yeah.
Ignan, yeah.
Right. If we talk to the Fire Newt crew, it might be a bit of a language barrier for everyone other than myself and Epi. But Infernus, I'm sure at the very least he speaks Giant, and two of us natively speak Giant, so that's good.
Well, let's start there then.
To Infernus.
That's right. So you head down. You head down the harbor a little ways and find most of the ships don't get hauled up onto the sides of the canal, like the way they build their docks. They bring them out of the lava when they're not being used.
Cool.
And you find Infernus standing next to a ship, and you can see it's it's slightly longer than a lot of the other ships because he's a fire giant. And something you notice in a lot of the ships, there's very few fire giant sailors. There's like you've seen one other one in another ship. It's rare that it seems like it's not a common profession for the fire giants. But you see his boat has higher walls as well, and it's made out of whatever the same material as the walls, and the same metal. And you can see the like reinforced higher walls. And a lot of the other ships you can see are pulled by oars. This one has oars, but unlike, you don't see a lot of crew milling about. And there's also a paddle wheel kind of on the back.
Cool.
And you can see there is a number of crates kind of stacked up with like black, what looks like coal in boxes next to the boat. And there's like a sort of chimney stack on the boat, on the back of the boat, above the
because
wheel.
tongues is not concentration, I'm gonna, as we're walking over towards Infernus' boat, I'm just gonna pat Finnan on the shoulder and go, I know you don't need it, but just in case. And I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability on him for
Thank you.
charisma.
Yeah.
Eagle
So you
Splendor,
see,
I think that one is.
As you get closer, the front part of the boat is kind of pushed down like a ramp, kind of laid out, and you can see he like this older fire giant, fairly large. He's probably about 14 feet tall, fairly like broad, kind of grizzled beard, and you can see sort of patchwork like leather armor. Which again is also unusual for a lot of the fire giants. They mostly clad themselves in metal, but he seems to be clad in leathers and hides. And you can see him hauling some of those crates into the boat.
Would you happen to be Infernus, my friend?
Kind of stops. Aye, that's me.
I heard good things about you from Pyre. I also heard that a lot of people in this town talk about making it to the source, and they're talking out their ass. How would you like to be one of the few that made it to the source and can tell that story without being full of shit?
I've been close to the source.
Then you might be the right giant for us then.
Why is it you're going?
We need to talk to Garryx.
Do you have 3,000 gold pieces?
Yep. And I reach into
I look at letters with just the most like, why am I even here? Letters.
I'm a fucking CEO, dude. The fucking matron of vengeance attacks a city out of nowhere. I'm not gonna waste time haggling. 3,000 gold pieces.
That's all I'm good at. That's
Just
That's
a lot of you.
lot of money.
it's the lot of us. We'll
Do you want to hire any extra crew before we go?
Will that make it faster and safer?
Make it safer, not necessarily faster.
How do you feel about the Newt crew?
They're fucking idiots.
Okay.
But, I mean, they're good to have around. Always good to have extra hands. It'll get a little cramped in here, though.
What do you need to get your job done?
Yeah.
Probably about 12 more boxes of coal. but we can get that on the way. We'll have to stop a few times.
Can I
That's fine.
insight check him? I want to make sure he's not full of shit and not lying out of his ass right now.
Make an insight check.
And he's speaking giant right now, correct?
And I've got tongues on myself so I can understand him. It's gonna be a 23.
23. He seems like he's a pretty straight shooter.
Can you ask if he's got air conditioning?
Right, yeah. Some of my compatriots here don't deal so well with the heat. Anything on your ship that can help with that?
I'm afraid they're in the wrong place.
Yeah, no, I know that, but no enchantments on the ship?
Enchantments for the ship.
Right.
And you can see he points, and you can see there are like magical runes carved into the metal on the inside of the ship.
Is the hull of your ship nice and cool? I feel like it must be, right?
It stays cool for a while, but that's why we have to stop. Even the tungsten doesn't stand up to the lava for too long.
That's very cool. Yeah. Well, we've already paid you, so...
How much would you need for the rest of your crew and the coal?
Another 500 gold pieces, I can get a pretty good crew. We won't need many.
Done.
It's more about finding guys who are willing to go to the source.
I looked at his letters covering the
Yeah,
3
fucking
grand.
let's fucking yeah.
I
3
will
grand's
take
already out of my pocket.
I'll take the 500 grand out of our party funds. Or sorry,
500 grand?
Sorry.
No, Neppy, no!
100 grand, that's the price.
Neppy's
that's the price you
very
said.
bad at the
It's
dealing.
done, it's dead.
You can't take it with you.
Finnan
Cannot
cries.
take it with you. I'd put out 600, just in case.
Finnan, can you ask him where he gets the enchanting done for the ship?
Oh, good question. In fairness, where do you get your ship enchanted? To the cold enchantment? Is there anywhere we could
myself.
go? You do it yourself. That's very impressive. So I'm guessing there's nowhere in town we could go to aid my friends here a little bit.
Yeah, you might be able to. If you go and talk to there's a...
Is it Bombo?
No,
Okay.
guy's an idiot.
Okay, good. It seemed like he was, but...
No, there's a bar. It's a little higher end, more exclusive, caters to softer clients.
Right.
No offense.
Softer than us.
Your
Taken.
friend there. Both of them are sweating pretty bad.
Yeah.
You talk to Fuego.
Fuego?
Yeah, he's a fire genasi. He might be able to get you something.
Sounds like a deal.
You grab the crew.
You grab the crew and we'll
talk to
go.
Fuego.
Yeah, we'll talk to Fuego.
You all right if we leave tomorrow morning?
Could we
Yeah,
leave
that
sooner?
actually lines up. I mean, can we leave sooner?
We can. Just buys me more time to get better crew.
Let's get better crew. I think we want to be. That lines up well for us, and the extra
we'll do it
time
in the
isn't
morning.
Too much of a cost.
It is like later afternoon already.
Yeah.
Okay.
As we're
yeah.
talking about this, Tim, I'm gonna insight check him one more time. I really want to try and get a sense about whether he's gonna just fucking, because we've put a lot of money down on the table. I want to make sure he's not just gonna off with our money. now
Okay,
that
you
we've gone
have
to-
already made an insight check essentially for the same thing. So
Okay, great.
if you
that's
wanted
fine.
to make another one, it could be, you can, but it'll be at disadvantage.
Yeah, I might as well make the check. Either I know something or I don't. With disadvantage, that's gonna be a dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, he seems
Straight shooting.
pretty
Okay,
straightforward.
great.
Pyre did send us, and apparently he gets a commission. He told me
Oh,
to tell you that.
shit.
Yeah.
You see him start counting out gold.
How much is the commission?
500 gold pieces.
Tell you what. You get the best crew in town. I'll go pay Pyre the commission myself.
All right. He starts lining it back up with the other gold.
I'm gonna pop my pies real quick. I don't think we need to roleplay that. I'll just be like, "This is from Infernus. I tossed him 500 gold."
Excellent.
Hey, is he
It's just
smoking?
it's just his little stick that he had.
It's on
That's how
fire.
he
'cause
holds
it's hot.
Should we talk to Fuego?
Yeah, let's
Yes,
go to the
please.
funky bar.
Yeah.
All right, so you head over
That's
We are
it.
to
rich, aren't we? 500
We
gold
have
is
a lot
just
of- we never
drop
spend our
in the
money on
fucking
anything.
bucket.
Never spend our money on anything.
You head to the Brass Crown, which is the kind of upscale bar. It's just a little ways from the harbor. And as you come up outside, there are two very large fire giants, both holding pretty sizable shields, kind of standing in front of the door. They kind of look down at all of you.
Hello.
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 We're just looking to speak to Fuego.
Do you want to come in?
That would be lovely, please.
That'll be 200 gold pieces.
Each.
Nabby, is this guy on the level?
Yeah, I'll insight check this guy to see if
Make
it's
an insight
each.
check.
To see if it's each. Jeez. 200 gold pieces. Oh, yeah, we're out of towners. He's tourists. Tourist trap. I get it.
I don't look like an out of towner though, so.
Because you dropped your. I don't know if you. Put it
No,
back.
I went back I dropped it, and then as soon as I could, I went back to fire finning.
Natural 20.
he started nodding way after you said each. It was he definitely did. It is not each until you said each, and then he just went with it.
Is he speaking giant or is he speaking common
Giant,
at this point?
yeah. Actually, no. These guys are speaking common.
In giant, so that he would understand me, because I have tongues, and I go, respectfully, sir, we both know it's not each.
And you see, he kind of smiles. You got me. Just 200 gold pieces, and y'all can come in.
Fine. I pay him 200 gold pieces.
All right. He kind of pushes open the large doors, and you head into this beautiful tavern. You can see everything is kind of brass inlaid. You can see there's a number of Afriti kind of scattered throughout. And you can see there is some really intense flaming drinks being drunk. You also see there's a handful of devils kind of scattered throughout. Again, it looks like more of those horn devils. You do see one devil who does look a little bit different, more a female devil. You can see kind of large wings sort of tucked in behind her, and she's wearing some fancier armor.
I put a hand out to Callie. All right.
As well as some other kind of native folks to the plane.
How would I be feeling around the devils these days? I
How
guess
would you be feeling?
I don't know. Can I insight check the one with the wings? The female one?
You can make a perception check.
Perception.
She hasn't.
yeah.
None of them have spoken to you.
Perception.
Make a perception check.
Disgrace.
Oh, that's very good. Sorry. No, not that. Um, 26.
26. Yeah, you kind of size her up. It seems like she. You can see there are other devils close by. You can see that are kind of looking over at her. You can tell that they're in her entourage. She's speaking with an Afriti, and as you're looking over, she looks over. She kind of glances over at you and catches your eye, and she kind of smiles. That's it. She goes back to talking to the Afriti. They don't seem the devils clock you,
Yeah.
but none of them seem to take a vested interest at this point.
I've just come from hell, so I feel like Callie would be a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
Wanted. She's also very hot at this point, so she's also.
Yeah, she is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kale,
Yeah.
if everything I know about you tells me you're just gonna know who Fuego is.
I scan the room.
Make a perception check.
Perception. Perception.
While they're looking, I would just
18.
grab Callie's hand.
18.
Squeeze it. lightly.
You're kind of looking around and you're scanning, and then all of a sudden you watch as a fire genasi jumps on a table, and you watch as it grabs an imp that's sitting on one of the Horn Devil's shoulders, and you watch as he grabs it, and he pulls out a knife and just starts jamming it into the imp until the imp goes limp. And he's like,
Limp imp.
fuck you! And you watch his hair just like flames up. And you're pretty sure that's probably Fuego.
Is the imp dead?
Yeah, the imp is fully dead. And you watch the Horn Devil is like, ugh. And like gets up and leaves the table.
Yeah.
And like Fuego is just like stomping on the imp.
Yeah,
That's-
fuck that imp in particular. Fuego. Is it?
What?
Oh, hey.
He like looks up
um,
at you, and you can see this kind of like fiery red eyes.
We're just looking for someone who might be able to enchant cooler situations for my friends here. And I point to Callie. And,
Oh, of course. Come, sit. And you can see he kind of rubs
Can
his
I-
hair.
Can I
and
buy
then,
you a
like, the
drink?
flames kind of die down. Of course.
Yeah. What are you drinking?
Ooh.
What do you recommend?
Have you had Mercata before?
Fireball.
Mercata?
Mercata.
Can't say that I have.
Oh, get a Mercata.
All right. I'll like signal to a. Are there like people going around taking orders, or is it just like a bar? Yeah.
Yeah, you see
I
there's
guess
a number of Dragonborn kind of moving through.
Mercata for everyone, or
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'll take a
I'm
Mercata.
good.
Let's do it.
I'll take a Mercata.
Black
Who's all taking? Oh yeah, hell yeah.
5.
5.
For make it 6 for my friend here, and I an extra one for our friend Fuego here for when we leave.
Thank you. Of course. And you see the Dragonborn kind of leaves and comes back with 6 of these kind of spiked fruit. You can see the top has been cut off, and like a metal straw has been put into them, and you can see it's kind of like it's steaming quite heavily. And the inside is kind of like a light yellowish color, and it looks more like a yogurt.
Amazing. I'm gonna take a sip.
All right, I will have you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Does
That was
my
coming.
fire genasi physiology give me any advantage here?
Yeah, you'll have advantage on this.
Go.
I will 100% wait to see how Finnan does with this thing.
And
before
am I
set that.
receiving Callie's bonus?
Yeah, Callie's having a harder time with this guy than the devils. I feel like after seeing the imp thing, she's not happy. She's like standing
I
straight.
feel like you two
just
would have so
like-
much in common. He kills fiends, you kill fiends.
26.
26. It is hot going down and very sour. It's like a hot. It's like there is a sweetness, and it's like very sour and a little bit sweet and very hot going down. But it's nice. It's not the worst. It's
Almost
pretty
like
fruity.
warm fireball.
Kind of
Uh,
more like a sour sop. Like if you've had like sour sop fruit, it's like more in that vein, a little sweeter, but that burn going down is definitely reminiscent of Fireball.
Fireball
It's-
flavored yogurt. I'm into it.
I gotta tell you, Fuego, you know how to choose a drink.
Yeah, it's the best.
So,
And he sucks back the whole thing.
Attaboy.
amazing.
And,
So tell me, would we be in luck talking to you to find someone who can maybe do some enchantments? Cool, my good friends here down.
To cool down. I mean, why did you come here?
Long
Just fucking
story.
with you. I don't give a shit.
Cool.
I don't give a shit.
Is he speaking common?
He is, yeah.
Correspondence. We need to talk to someone, but
Sure. How? Okay. Yeah. I have these, and he reaches into his bag and he pulls out a small orb of. It almost looks like ice, but it's not melting. It's like a little bead of ice.
and
We've seen the opposite of these, right?
You
We've
can make
seen-
an Arcana check.
Oh, I'm not the right person to do this, but I feel like we've had orbs of warm.
You've had cubes of worms.
Cubes of worms from Serpenthus.
Yeah, we'll take 4.
How long do they last?
I mean,
15 for my Arcana
indefinitely.
check.
15?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like they remind you of the thermal cubes,
Got
but
it.
they seem to be they're obviously different.
Coldy cubes.
How
He kind of looks and he's like,
balls.
I only got 3.
You only got 3. 3 should suffice, right, Neppy?
I'll be fine.
And I should be fine.
I mean, alter self, what, lasts for an hour?
Yeah, but I can do it whenever I want.
Waking up every hour to cast yourself, that'll fuck with you. Look, if
I'm
you
sure
got
if I'm
3,
asleep, I'll be fine.
if you got 3, 3's all you got.
3's all I got.
3's all you got.
We can snuggle.
3's all you got.
We'll make do with
You
it.
want to make a persuasion check? You can make a persuasion check.
Yeah, I don't think this guy's got. I think this guy's got more than 3.
I feel like this guy would want to sell us as many as possible.
Oh, maybe 15.
15. He kind of like leans in. I got 3.
How much would 3 run us?
3,000 gold pieces.
Amazing. For friends, Fuego, and maybe a favor, could we knock that down a little bit?
You can make a persuasion check.
I have Eagle Splendor.
You do. And I'm still concentrating on it.
So that is a 32.
You came in here. You offered me a drink.
Of course.
We are friends for life.
And if it's any addition, I see you're not a huge fan of the Devils. And tell you what, we've had some disputes with those such few times. I'll tell you that. There's not a few imps that haven't died by our collective blades.
I don't give a shit about the devils. They're just customers. That
Right.
imp wouldn't stop fucking talking.
Oh, right.
But for you, I'll give it to you half price.
1,500. It's more than
Tons
fair.
fees.
I
Throw it on
appreciate
the
it.
table.
Thank you very much,
Kind of
Fuego.
Oh,
Lays them all out. So while holding them, they're essentially the opposite of the thermal cube. They keep you at a cooler
So
temperature.
I eat it.
No,
No,
I
it's
mean,
a
you can.
suppository.
I
no.
wouldn't.
you hold it.
Look, what you do with the bead is your own business.
Fuego, you seem like a good person to know. Is this your point of operation?
Yeah.
And now, Fuego, if you wouldn't mind, I would love to, do business again.
Oh.
You seem like a great guy. Even just come by, I'll buy you a few drinks. The door price, though, is this your establishment?
I have a stake in it.
Yeah, the door price is a little steep if I'm coming by, on the regular. So, any chance you could put our name on a list of some sort? Blackwater.
Make a persuasion check.
With Eagle Splendor.
It's a 31.
I don't know. There's something about you. There's something fucking about you. The guy grabs
Fuego.
your collar. All right, it'll be half price to get in.
I appreciate you very much, Fuego.
Is this
And if-
is this an inn, also a tavern?
I mean, you can rent a room, sure.
Oh, would you not recommend it?
I mean, it's nice. It's nice as any.
Well,
Um,
go ahead, Finan.
Oh, I was just gonna say, if ever we have dealings in the city again, I'll be sure to drop by and give you a visit, buy you a drink or two.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well,
So seriously, what the fuck are you guys doing here?
again, correspondence. We need to chat with someone.
All right.
You understand, some things need to be kept.
Discretion.
Yeah, discretion. Some things,
Sure.
unlike the imp, we don't want to talk too much.
Wise he is.
Neppy,
So-
were you thinking maybe we should stay here the night? Is that
Well,
that
I
your
was
train of
thinking
thought?
that we could, perhaps we,
Go get Serpentis, right? I mean, everything's
come-
safe.
We can
have-
come back in the morning, I think.
Yeah, who the fuck wants to sleep here, even with the cubes?
right, we'll go check in with the people we need to check in with.
I apologize for my friend Fuego. You have a lovely inn.
Oh, I meant here as in your plane of existence. That's what I was referring to.
Yeah,
is
it's
we
not
would
for
wanna-
everyone.
Yeah. Physiologically, no, not awesome.
It's appreciated, Figo. Thank you.
Do Do any of you, the rest of you, drink your Mercado?
I'll fucking shoot it. Let's go.
I don't. I didn't get
you
one.
You're not gonna drink it. All right.
Black got one.
Constitution
And
Rude
got
not
one.
to.
roll his.
ooh. Oh no, that's a bad
Ooh.
ooh.
Yeah,
Did
the Plane of
Natural.
Earth boys are gonna have a hard time here. Well,
Black got
although
a natural 1.
2.
Oh boy.
I rolled a 3.
Um,
The
Got
letters is gonna
21.
do some dumb shit.
21. Okay, yeah, it burns, but it's a nice burn.
16.
16 is not enough.
Oh.
As it goes down, you're like, ooh, and it burns, and you feel it just coat your throat and continue to burn. As you see Clack is like,
I just grab onto him.
he's already not used to drinking liquid. Is just like,
Oh, no, buddy.
he's like scraping his tongue. You both take 17 points of fire damage.
Holy shit! That's a fucking spicy drink.
That is just it's like hot glue down your throat. It's like it's sticking there and it's
No
horribly
thanks.
painful. You're having a hard time talking.
But if you're all right,
Oh, I
Wait.
take out the growler of fungal beer because it's the one liquid that I have.
No.
And I'll fucking,
no.
I pass it. I
Yeah,
fucking
it
take a
is-
big swig and I pass it to Clack.
He's just like chugging
I-
it.
I take
Hot
it.
mushroom beer.
Kale takes it and he takes a sip as well. He
Another
passes.
round of Constitution saving throws. please.
No.
This
No
one's
one
the one we
no
got,
one gets
man.
my
Okay,
save
Clack,
here.
that was better.
No one gets your save.
No.
There we go. This one's
Without
much
your
better
save?
too.
Oh,
This
Yeah,
one's a
without my
20.
save.
Then Clack
This one's a
fails.
20 with a
21.
brain flex.
Okay. Clack got 15.
No, Clack, buddy.
Fuego, before things get too crazy,
What the fuck was that you just drank? What
I
was
look
that?
at lettuce.
This is fungal ale from Udrod's hole on the prime material plane.
Come on.
Letters
come on.
here runs an
absolutely.
import-export business that I feel like you two should talk.
Watches his eyes, his red eyes, like his pupils just get huge. Oh, this is the shit.
Yeah, if
I'm gonna give you my card if you're ever in the
Yeah.
prime material plane. We're
Mm.
set up at Dresda, formerly known as McCall. I represent the Dresda Trading Company. I think we'd have a lot
They-
to talk about.
they
He
operate,
takes it as he's holding it. You can see it, the like paper start to singe. You got anything harder?
Oh, Clack, we were talking about those stone cards
yeah.
that we were handing out.
And he like whips out a stone one.
Oh, yeah, we got
they
you
operate between the earth elemental plane and the prime material plane. I'm sure adding the fire
Ah.
elemental plane is no problem for them.
All right. Well, this is a fortuitous meeting.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You'll want to talk to
exactly.
Blue Ribbon. She's the brains behind it all.
All right. All right.
I look at letters and I go, this is good for my stake because I have a stake in the business. So like,
Yeah.
it's great. I see why you like this.
Can I
All
look
right.
back over at the girl
Sure.
that was there?
Yeah. Make a perception check.
Just hot but bad. I think that's what it is. Hot, bad devil lady.
I'm hot but good.
Hot but good, hot but bad, hot but neutral.
That's Finnan.
How about fun?
Finnan's
That's
hot but
Gale.
neutral. That's his whole thing.
24.
24. Yeah, you look over and she's no longer talking to the Afridi. That Afridi is gone. And you can see she's just looking over at you like this. She smiles.
How we go?
we can, yes.
Let's do it.
Is
Let's do it
Fuego
then.
left our table at this point?
Now he's sitting right there.
Tripping balls.
Yeah, he's
Tripping
his fire
balls,
is
dude.
just like it's just like moving like a giant inflatable dancing man. Like it's all over the
I'm
place.
obsessed.
Perhaps not in this establishment. Perhaps
Oh,
outside.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, of course. Fuego, it's been a pleasure doing business.
Yeah.
Make sure to connect. Make sure to connect with the trading company, the Trusted Trading Company. It'll be great for all of us. You can sell some of your delicious. What'd you call it again?
Mercado.
Mercada.
Marcada. It's great stuff. I
Yeah,
think this will
Jungles
go-
would fucking love this shit.
Yeah.
All right.
I think
Do we-
there's a duel in the.
Do I walk
Outside.
past
That's
her? When
No,
I-
like if you just teleport there, then you haven't moved.
No,
We're
we
gonna-
leave
we're
the-
gonna go
we
out
leave
to
the
the
street.
street.
Walk-
So she's
do I
in the
walk?
back. She's in the back.
She's in the back. I don't get out. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Do you want me to, wingman or?
No,
Grab a
I'm
boy.
married.
He's
No,
married.
I'm married.
No, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, even I'm sensing vibes here. Okay. Angel, devil, no one thinks that'd be fun. Cool. Let's go outside then.
So I just want to clarify, like once we get outside, the plan now is we go back to Ceva Aelyria.
Ceva Aelyria.
Yes.
We get Magron. Oh no, sorry, we get Serpentis.
Yes.
We take
I
her to
take
see.
us to Magron,
Yes.
Magron.
and we put our two greatest minds together.
Yes.
Yes.
Then
And
we
then-
sleep.
Then we sleep, and in the morning,
Shall I take them to Moradin's Forge or what?
no, I think that is its own thing. I think we let them
I don't-
talk about it.
Okay.
Because we can't
Because the
stick
forge,
around to.
the forge is still existent. The only thing that Magron was missed, like the forge that Magron is using,
Is a great forge. It's her
is working
forge.
fine, and Moradin
Oh, yeah.
was using that to make the Dawn Prism, and the only thing Magron is missing is the instructions, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Which we can provide.
We have reason
Ish.
to believe that we may find important information at the forge, but this
Yeah.
takes precedent. We'll let them
Moradin's
establish.
Forge is the Crucible.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Crucible.
Yes.
That's the one.
Magron's
Well,
Forge is the Hearth of
Hearth of
Ages.
Ages.
Hearth of Ages.
We let them.
But the
put
Hearth
their
of
heads
Ages
together,
would suffice to make a Dawn Prism.
Yes.
presumably.
That's where she was.
And also, notably, the Hearth of Ages is lit. The Crucible is not.
Is not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
think it
go
would be
to-
worth bringing both of them to the Crucible just to see. But I think that's when we come back with
That's-
Garryx's.
Perhaps a bit further down the line.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe
Um,
Garryx, flames. Maybe Garryx could help light the forge.
Cross that bridge if we get there.
No, absolutely.
Let's head to. Hopefully, I'm gonna take a really good look around. And when did Infernus, the giant, say we had to be back in the morning? In the morning. Okay.
It's like late afternoon now, so
It's like late afternoon.
after a long rest, it'd be.
Okay. So I'm going to take a really good look around, and I'm going to want to make myself so that I can get us back right here with plane shift.
Okay.
You need an associated object.
No, I just need a tuning fork. I just need to make
that's
sure I know where I'm
Holding a
going.
pebble.
I have,
Drop the
the
pebble.
necklace is the necklace. The Chaos Talisman is my tuning fork. So, all right, good. Nebby picks up a pebble just in case, shoves it in her robes, and I am going to
Just
grab
like
it.
rocks.
Everyone's just collecting rocks, and I'm going to
Okay.
plane shift us back to
right.
Ceva Aelyria outside of Serpentis' tower.
Sounds good. Just before you go, as you're all standing there, Callie,
Ooh,
you see the
space.
door open just as you're finishing this conversation, and you see the Lady Devil kind of look out, and she kind of steps out, seeing what you're all doing, and she takes off into the sky
Oh no!
as you all plane shift out of there.
No,
That's where we're
that's
gonna
so
end it
bad.
tonight.
That's so fucking bad.
As we land back in Ceva Aelyria.
That's it. That's all.
God dang.
I like that. I do like that we ended the session like we started the session by teleporting to Ceva Aelyria.
If there's anything we do in this
Just
plane,
what
it
Black-
is a bunch of
if
plane
that's what
hopping.
Blackwater
during
does
this
is
campaign.
full fucking circle in a single episode.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you to all of the new folks who are hanging out with
Mhm.
us
Hello.
tonight, hanging out in chat. We love you all very much.
I think If we are going to raid, I think Whiskey is still a good friend.
yeah,
And
we
Whiskey
should
Frizz
go
is still.
hang out with our friend, dear
we should
friend
go
Whiskey.
return that love.
So we are gonna raid our dear friend Whiskey in
love
just a
Whiskey.
second. But please come hang out with us on Monday. Myself and Adam will be doing some painting and crafting. It is very chill vibes, not fuego, just very chill. So please come hang out with us. We will also be back on Wednesday with the Brothers Grimm episode or chapter 3, and the previous episodes are on YouTube. And then, of course, back next Saturday for our main campaign. So stick around. There's a wait screen, and then I will take us over for a raid. But
Stick around.
just in case you go.
High speed sloth. I painted it. Well, I'll paint the next. I have 4 sloth-like creatures that I'm painting. I painted one last week, and you must have missed it. But come Monday, and
We're
you'll see the
painting.
next sloth.
No
You'll see
excuses. We're painting.
Does anyone have one? Does anyone have one to take us out?
If
Go ahead, Yanis.
Yanis, please.
If you're gonna go to Ceva Aelyria, you're gonna ask about the forbidden positions. You got to make sure you be
safe. Bye, everyone. Love you.
Good night. Love you guys.
Let's see if you're in any position, be safe. Like.